Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a cheeky little open cup today. Let me just double check everything is turned on. YouTube is looking good. That is looking good. Yeah, looking pretty reasonable. Looking as though we are good, guys. Hello, hello, hello. It's the OSC event today. Today is the JCE Open number 2. It's actually kind of exciting because we're using a different thing to what we usually use, a different platform. So I'm excited to see how that works out. As I presume bracket will be available in just a couple of moments, guys. I'll actually update the bracket command to be a little bit more accurate as well, because that should now actually have a bracket on it, if not now, then very soon. So we can go from there. Cool. In fact, bracket just came up. We have a pretty obvious first match, I think, to cover. Let Alex versus Skillless. The winner plays ByuN. I think is a very good one for us. So I think that's going to be what we go into. Cool. We'll get that on the go. We'll get that started up, guys, in a few moments. Just getting a couple things sorted out over here as well. Make sure we're all set up and ready to go, 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 go. All right, yeah, apparently videos happen on the site as well, which is kind of cool. So we're going to check that out a little bit right here. We're going to check that out and get that started. So it's going to be Skillless. Let Alex means we can go to the European server. Cool. So yeah, we have a new kind of bracket site that we're trialing out today. This is what OSC's trialing out, at least, which is this Vespine.gg site. And it has cool stuff like this, for example, where I can get rid of this page. It basically, I mean, one of the better things more than anything else is obviously just kind of, you know, it actually links straight through to the players' videos, for example, and links the players up and stuff. So yeah, and it does a lot of like cool tracking and things. So you can see here, you can actually see Skillless's stats and rates as well. I guess they're pulling these off of a Ligulac or so, which is pretty cool. Or they must be pulling it from somewhere. But you can see like stats and kind of how their versus Protoss is. So you can see that the VP matchup of Skillless is the second best, and of Let Alex is actually his worst matchup, which I find surprising because I feel like Let Alex has a lot of very good PvPs. There you go, and we got our first veto in. Let Alex vetoes Fear and Faith as well. I don't know how to get these things to disappear. But, because these things only disappear if I mouse over. Anyways, you can see the videos come down, so we can sit here and kind of watch some videos, which is kind of cool. What's up, sort of? Thanks so much for the raid, mate. Hope you're doing it well. Hope you had a good stream. Hope not too many Terran players built 300 mineral command centers in your face all game. I feel like that's the main thing. So that was what everyone said about right now. You see a Terra and it's like, oh no. The guys are playing on the economy of 3 patches ago while everyone else isn't. So yeah, in theory, this should update us and we should get videos here, because apparently this is officially how it works. Like I say, we'll see if it actually does work. It's obviously a new system for the players as well, so it might take a little while for them to figure some things out and so on and so forth. The only thing that's awkward for me is that I can't actually... I mean, I can tap out. If I tap out, you guys are going to see me tapping out is all. It's not the end of the world, it's just a little ugly. So, we'll maybe see what happens here. In a moment or so, like I say, we'll see if Skills videos. If he doesn't video in a minute, maybe we'll tab and just check he's around. I don't know if Skills was here. I mean, I saw Alex on NA. I know Skills is here in Europe. So, yeah. Might just take a few moments. You can click the eye to zoom in on maps as well. Oh, damn, you can. Yeah, Eddie's our Vespine expert. He's the he's the OSC organizer. So he's, I'm sure, very familiar with the site. But yeah, you can have a look at the maps. We can be like, well, you know why he vetoed this one? It's because clearly this setup is horrible for Protoss, the 4 bases. Yeah, actually is kind of useful for the new season. The I don't know if you're taking notes on stuff that doesn't work exactly, Eddie, but the X out of the map doesn't work, but clicking away from it does. Does clicking somewhere get rid of this thing as well? No. It does not. It does not. Cool concept. Obviously, it's still being worked on. There's going to be a couple of jitters here and there, but yeah, looks cool. I'm going to just pull us away from this for a second just to see if people are around. Just make sure I'm not missing anything in StarCraft. It looks like Skillet isn't here yet, so I presume that's probably why nothing else is happening, because Skillet is yet to arrive. What browser am I using? I'm on Chrome. Yeah, I'm on Chrome. I didn't know there was an app. There's an app I can download for the PC for it? That'd be cool. I didn't... I did read some of the PDF, but I mostly signed up and became a caster. But, yeah. Oh, we have vetoes. We have vetoes, guys. Whoa, ho, ho. Let's go back to the veto page. So Old Sun Temple gets vetoed. Fear and Faith has been vetoed. So you can see who vetoes them at the bottom as well. Their names are there. Lockdown gets vetoed by Let Alex. It's honestly kind of cool. We saw this a little bit with the Maestros of the game as well. I actually really like this part. This part's cool. Sanctuary Rorschach band as well. And so we're missing one more ban from Skillet, and then we are going to be good to pick maps. Last ban comes in as Washout, leaving us with Rainfall, Blackrock, and At Eternity's Edge for this first best of 3 of the day. There you go. First map is going to be on Rainfall. That was a cool stat. Can I click on that and it comes back up? That'd be cool. That was a cool screen, but it didn't stick around for very long. So we're going to start this series on Rainfall. And get this set to go very, very soon. This slide's looking good. It is looking good, no? I like it a lot. I like it a lot so far. Yeah, no, it's cool. It is cool. Can I open this? Sort of just sent me this picture. I mean, to be fair, you've got a hatchery in his natural. Yeah, that's my only defense on this one. On this one. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh no, I just X'd out of the thing. Oh, oops. I X'd out At Eternity's Edge is map 2. I'd already pulled this away. Oh no, sorry. At Eternity's Edge is map 3. Blackrock will be map 2. Yeah, it'd be cool if I could replay the maps, the little map pop-up thing. That'd be very cool as well, actually. Like if we could replay it, or just like it stays there until I X out of it or something. If I click head to head, you will also see. There you go, head to head. Let Alex 7-3 against Skills. I'm not sure what these replays necessarily are, unless this is them playing each other as in non-PvP matchups. Yeah, I'm just looking at some stuff. Stats. I can't find those ones. All right, let's get ready to go in game though. Yeah, we'll check out the site more as the day goes on, guys. Let's yeah, we'll get Alex and Skillets ready to go in just a few moments and kick off into some games. Very, very exciting. And I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for joining us today. Am I going to use the site in the future? Yeah, I mean, I'm always down to use new sites. Honestly, Challenge is only good because I've used Challenge for so long. You know, Challenge is good because it's been what we've used for a long time. Like, this is not something which is necessarily good as a... Like it's good, it does what it does, right? It works well. It's extremely functional. But it really works. It does the bare minimum. There's ads everywhere. You know, I don't have ad blocks, so there's ads everywhere all over the pages. You know what I mean? Like these things are not ideal. And it doesn't have any of this other cool stuff, as we just saw, right? Like, so yeah, Challenge really, I think Challenge works is yeah, exactly in the chat. Challenge works is really the statement that I'm very happy to agree with as well. It works, and that's about it, you know? It works, it's fine, it absolutely does its job. It has done us absolutely no harm. I just, if there's going to be other options, then, you know, then we might very well use them. I think there is something about everyone already being signed up to Challenge, and sometimes there's like an ease of access thing as well, but that's also something that just comes with time too, at the end of the day, right? Like, over time, people are, you know, if they get more used to this site, they're forced onto this site. I say forced, it's not like, I don't mean that to sound like a bad thing. Sometimes you're forced onto it, it's like a bad thing. It's just like, if you actually have to use it to participate in tournaments rather than just being like, I'm not going to bother with this when I can't be bothered to figure out the site. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think over time it looks good. But yeah, if we actually have a site that brings up player stats and stuff, I mean, this is just a cool caster tool. Never mind like a bracket thing. This is like a freaking cool caster tool. It definitely adds to some the production value, and like it's really cool because I'm verified in as a caster or whatever, so I can jump in and see those things happening in the videos and stuff, and talk to the players and so on. Obviously, one of the things we don't really need in StarCraft is the communication aspect. I think a lot of the time a lot of these sites have, like, you know, the chat built into them, but we don't really need that in StarCraft because everyone's pretty much able to talk to each other anyway. The only time I see this being useful is, say, two players are trying to meet on the Korean server in a Wardy tournament because the WardiTV channel in Korea bugs out and there's like two different WardiTV channels. Then it's probably useful. But otherwise, I think that's just one time where it's not really necessarily too big of a deal. So, but I mean, that's not really a criticism. Like, you know, why not build a chat feature in? It's just, I mean, if someone's not online yet and you can talk to them already too and start the videos, that's also cool. Like, yeah, once people get used to it and stuff, yeah, it might be it may very well be making a good case to be the bracket side of the feature. I already like the veto process. It's, like I say, very neat. All right, guys, this is the JCE Open. Alex top left and Skillets in the bottom right. One of this plays ByuN, I believe, so we'll be heading to that after. I'm excited to kind of get into the games today as we work our way through. Again, excited to be doing some OSC event. Obviously, we don't always do the OSC stuff. We kind of go through waves of doing OSC events, but it's always really nice for me because anytime I don't have to run my own tournament is actually, you know, generally speaking, a pretty good bonus. So, shout out to OSC for inviting us through and having us today. OSC always doing great work. Obviously, you know, excited about the OSC Championship. They've got currently the OSC mid-season playoffs going on. You might have seen a bit more of that on Steadfast channel as of late as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening. As that Stalker goes for a couple of grabs, going to hit this pylon for a few moments as well. Put some work in, put some damage out. Just trying to see what is going on for a couple of moments as the couple Stalkers going to fight and do some damage. Let me just poke around. Put a little extra here. And get things ready to go. I mean, got a little bit of pressure from Alex to start us off as this Sentry of Skillets. I'm yapping on about the tournament thing and not really paying attention. Skillets has a full freaking expansion up. Man's got an expansion, double gates already set to go. As we are going to have These couple stalks continue to poke away. There's a sentry showing up as well. If we step too far forward, their skills out of battery range just becomes troublesome. Sentries do work funnily well against units that are obviously shielded with that sentry buff that came in a few patches back now. This is just straight up 3-gate aggression from Led Alex. Led Alex, who struck down Zam, was it the other day, to qualify into the WardiTV Summer Cup. Very cool result from him. These couple force skills will fade shortly. It's going to give us the chance for these units to maybe push on through a bit more easily. The battery count is great, though. I don't think you can break this as Led Alex. This was too soon to break this. When Skillers invest into this amount of batteries, the moment this amount of batteries gets invested into, this is like straight after that we pretty much have to go and like wait for the right amount of units to one-shot through the batteries or to do significantly more damage. And obviously force fields really take that away from you as well if you have a good amount of units, but then your army gets cut in half and cut up a little bit. That's not exactly ideal either. So yeah, Stalkers going to come across from Led Alex, just going to be seeing a little bit of a push forward. Sentry already taking a few shots of damage. The Stalkers coming about, sentries as well. I was just going to say GG's. Skeleton has a very solid hold in this PvP to start us off today. Now, in theory, what is kind of cool about this system as well is, in theory, apparently this uploads matches as we go on the page and stuff as well. Like, it uploads replays and stuff. So I don't know if that's working, but if that gets working in the future, even if it's not working right now, that potential of, you know, what it looks like and how it works and stuff is very, very cool. So I'm excited to see more. As, hey, Rextor, how you doing, mate? Thank you so much for the 17-month resub. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to throw you guys into ads because apparently I got carried away at the start of the stream and didn't run ads in time. So we'll run around now. Aji Rasama on the 50 stream watch streak. That's awesome. We also have the 93-month resub on from Cattle is God. Appreciate you too. Thank you so much for the big resub. Guys, we're below 500. The big sub drop-off here. We were expecting it. We had a crazy sub gift day. But, yeah. You check that out and sub us up. Let's try and get above 500 a day. It doesn't have to be right now. A few primes over the day would be good. And get this going. It works. The player pops the replays in and passes the result and advances the bracket automatically. That's just so nice because, like, then you have all the replays available too. And just be the organizer's best dream right now, because then you can just download the full replay pack after, right? And just be like, whoa, it's the tournament replay pack. God, that would be... the YouTubers are salivating right now. They're like, every game will have the what? Oh my god. You know, if it just fully makes the replay pack labeled and shit, that would be even crazier. Holy. The potential is insane. I never even thought about how much we... Again, don't need it, just how much convenience it could be. Anyways, let's cast games. Ruger coming in with the 26-month resub on the Prime. Thank you so much for... Thank you so much for priming us up. I've had an abundance of energy this morning, guys. I don't know why. I don't know if I just slept well or something or what, but I've been like all morning, so I think there's going to be points today where I get a little bit ahead of myself on my words. So I'll just apologize for that ahead of time. I'll just apologize for that a little bit ahead of time. As we get ourselves going. Skills is up a game as well, sorry. In the bottom left corner of the map. Playing here on Left Rock. Alright, game number 2. Expand from Skillless was good, and he's going to go Gate Nexus again. So, just once more piling on the economic pressure in this game. My probe will wiggle back and forth. We have this probe of Led Alex heading down to the bottom left side. Attempt to see what's going on. Yeah, extra gateway, cybercore coming through. Those assimilators will build. The probes are coming up as well. Bringing a lot of that into play. Just going to drop that pylon into position. And Nexus coming through. Cybercore's building up. Probes producing. And we see where this will continue in the next few moments as we adjust ourselves in a nice, comfortable place for the moment. Get a few Stalkers on the way up around. They got the Warp Gates coming up as well, and those Cyber Cores. And we just have ourselves the Proby back up around the top left-hand side, trying to see what else is going on for a couple moments. You got two Stalkers about to pop. Gonna deny the probe. Alex saw the Nexus timing. I think Alex's intention has got to just be, man, like, you're putting this Nexus down so early. Surely I punish this. He throws a gateway down against. So do you remember that one thing that Skillers gains here is if he just keeps his gateways as gateways and doesn't go Warp Gate, he can obviously pump out a lot of units very quickly. The Warp Gate change really does revolutionize like PvP, especially early PvP. Stalker now time to gather up. Couple Stalkers are going to come poking forward. 3 shots coming to Battery will do some healing. Stalker getting some heals off. I was going to see the other units pushing forwards. You got a force. I mean, it's not good for Alex to lose units here early. I don't know why he wouldn't run into the line of sight blocker. Maybe because he wants to bait. Okay, I thought the line of sight blocker made more sense, but I think he wants those units to actually chase up here so he can then flank in from behind and catch those units instead. I think that's the move he was actually trying to make there, rather than just... Because he was thinking about going there. He's like, no, actually, I'll run over here. So I think that was an intentional, like, oh, maybe I can trap him, but Skills doesn't fall for it. Yeah, Alex has to pay the tax on these Warp Gates, and the tax plus the obviously slower kind of production cycles is going to be rough. This is what I like to see. I mean, the batteries coming from Skills again. This time the force fields weren't as immediately impactful. Now you can see them being a little bit more impactful as the Stalkers do get cut in half at the end. The numbers are already just getting set down a little bit, and Alex is just not breaking through with this 3-gate at all. Skills with an extremely comfortable defense. Like, an extremely comfortable defense. Wow. Now, I would love to see what Skills' build looks like against, like, a Robo Proxy or something. Like, this is a 3-gate, just straight up 3-gate. I mean, honestly, like, this seems like... Considering this was Nexus before Core as well, this seems extremely safe so far by Skills. Just continues to crank out units. This is going to be the next kind of most dangerous part of the game. But if he gets rid of a couple of these low HP Stalkers, like, he's fine, man. Again, he's building... Look how fast the Stalker builds. People are annoyed they got rid of Warp Gate. This basically is Warp Gate. This is like basically as fast as a slow warp it used to be. Yeah, it's a little slow, and obviously it has to build at home, but like, come on, man, it's pretty crazy. GG says let Alex Skills with a 2-0. A very ferocious start to the day. Plain and simple. Just like that. GG's. All right, that's going to be that one. So Skills will advance on through to the next round, where we should be able to see him taking on ByuN. So I think ByuN against Skills will be up next for us. We'll head into that very shortly. And we'll get that ready to rumble. Yeah, if you guys want to see a little bit more about the site, let's just take you through the site in general and just show you guys a few more of the features and stuff. Or just what it looks like. So this is like the landing page of this tournament, for example. On the overview, you can see the signed up players or who didn't check in and who has not checked in. This is actually something you can't see on Challenge if you're just like like an observer and so on. So this is all very cool. There's a map pool that's listed down here as well. The full schedule's over on that right-hand side. The stream is here. I mean, this is me, and I can like find, if I click find matches to cast, I can be like, oh, yeah, these games are ongoing. If players upload their replays and stuff, you can kind of see things a little bit. Like Percival and Nicorakt apparently are still vetoing, which makes sense. Like, here we go. ByuN versus Skills is about to happen. So we can jump on this one. We open their lobby. And we can have a look at the ByuN versus Skills battle. And we'll have a look at their vetoes. There you go. I mean, like I say, you can see, you can tab over the players, have a little bit of a look at their things. Like I said, I was intrigued by this tab. I feel like this pod does not necessarily work, the head-to-head. What does the stats do? Oh, if you click the stats, then you mouse over the maps? It gives you stats on the map. Oh, that's so interesting. Wow, that is actually very cool. Ah. Cool side, huh? Who would have guessed? Warminidia, thank you so much for the 112-month resub. I appreciate you. Big time. Thank you for the support. 112 is a crazy one. Yeah, it's crazy. We even have a countdown. I love it. You can actually tell how long someone's been not here for. Oh my god. So let's just go to the Alex Skillis one. So you can come over here. This one finished. Skillis 1 2 to 0. View match. You can click on the. You can actually like. You can see like this was a 5-minute 5 game. The other was 5-minute 20. That's crazy. That's so cool. I'm just having a good time with the. I'm just having a good time with the bracket, guys. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Rolling out a patch for the bugs I found so far in 20 minutes. Oh, yeah. He doesn't get much better than that either. ByuN is still playing the Sparkling Tuna Cup. All good. Oh, it's the finals over there. Yeah, the Cranky Duckling's alive, by the way, guys. Holy, Cranky Duckling's got viewers. Oh, I'm not on TL. Let me just do that. Let's have a peek at the Cranky Ducklings. I was not sure and show on stream, but the Cranky Ducklings are live for their ByuN currently playing Cure in the finals of the Sparkling Tuna Cup. So that is ongoing right now. Cool. Yeah, well, obviously just be waiting for that a little bit, guys. I think we're just gonna stick on that. We can just go explore the bracket a little bit more. What else is great about this? I don't even have to come back to my face. You guys could just look at interesting stuff instead. Crazy business. Crazy business. Yeah. Let's have a look at the how do I get anywhere? Exit. So obviously you have all the the format, the information up at the top. Like I say, there's the down here you can see so much, so you can see the bracket. If you click watch stream, does that just take you to me? Boom, there you go. It's very cool as well. With information below it as well. Like it just has the bracket beneath it too. That's actually very cool as well. We go back, you can go bracket. You can look at the individual matches, I guess. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Just click through it all. Maps and rules. Yeah, the JCE Open is actually is named after Illusory. He was a big time player. If you guys were around back in the day, you saw his name in a lot of brackets probably. Once he won the most tournaments played in a season all time in OSC seasons. He played 300 tournaments in one season, which is kind of crazy. Was the OSC COO and tournament director. Has moved on doing other things now, but that's why this one is called the JEC Open after Justin Lucery. Sure. So some stats for you guys. This is a $300 cup, guys, in the essence of if players are OSC Elite members, which is like a kind of like a monthly membership to OSC. It allows you to play in King of the Hill, it allows you to get bonuses, and in this case, it doubles the prize money you win in this event. So if you're an OSC member and you win the cup, you get $140. If you're not an OSC member, you only get $70. This membership's like $5 a month as well. It's very good. Like if you win like one map in King of the Hill, you get your membership back or something. I think it's still like $5 or so. So yeah. Have I tried watching a replay on the site? First of all, Human Boosting, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. No, I haven't. You can watch a replay in the site. Is this not pop down? Okay. No way. Welcome to replay view. Alright, I'm gonna skip this. You can actually just... Oh my god. So you're telling me that if we don't see a game, we could... If we don't see, like, a game happen, we could, like... watch what happened in, like, a game in another match? Because we can just watch the replay of it? That's very cool. Oh my god, it goes up to 16x. Or we could go back and be like, hey, you know what I thought was a really important moment? Not this part, but for later, surely. It's a Sterile Clam game. Was this a super crazy one? This is nuts, no? And scrub back and forth the timeline instantly. Oh my god. Yeah, we can be like, hey, you remember this? I actually do remember this fight here. You remember this fight down here, guys? This is really interesting because this was a big moment where Clem loses a lot of momentum. He loads up, he goes to drop. And Cyril, you can see the infest is on close. Man, this is... this might actually be... might actually be one of the coolest things. I always... you know what it is? Watching StarCraft 2 minimaps is already very cool. This is like a glorified version of watching a minimap. Which is absolutely great. Oh my god, this might be one of the... That's actually legitimately just extremely cool, no? Huh? Oh my goodness. That's absolutely sick. So you're telling me between games now we can just rewatch what happened like this? Oh my god, that's actually sickening. I love the banelings just rolling. This is actually an accurate representation of what banelings look like. Oh my god. It's so good though, it's so true. Yeah, this game was sick. This is the one where Cyril hits this base repeatedly all the time. This is a very good game. Drunk Pains. Damn, that's actually sick. I actually think this is better than like any actual baneling roll in animation. Like, it fits in with the... It actually doesn't look out of place. It just fits. Honestly, it just fits. Yeah, that's great. Damn, that's crazy. Alright, when you making the OBS, when we making the OBS plugin to just import this straight to OBS as well. But the fact I can zoom in and out and stuff is actually maybe the craziest part, by the way. You can look at the worker graph throughout the whole game. Huh. Oh my god. It's a StarCraft nerd's wet dream. Click summary. Okay, yeah, right. Have a look at the entire build. Oh my god, it breaks down so every single... This is what every single orbital build, all of the barracks. Holy goodness, that's actually sick. Cyril had 20 hatcheries in this game? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is actually insane. SC2 data heaven, yeah. This is the perfect tool for me to now justify that I never need to play StarCraft again, because I'll just constantly teach myself based on this instead. Oh, that's sick. Holy. Okay, but like... Okay, question. So if there's a replay from this tournament, can I look at it like while the tournament's going on? Like, say someone finished their first round match, can we look at the replay in that replay viewer? Because that would be like, that would be wild. Apparently ByuN has to go game 5 against Q. All good, guys. We'll just wait. We're exploring the site. Still wiring that up. Yeah, that's going to be insane. Can you imagine, like... I mean, we have this in, like, WardiTV Mondays and stuff all the time, right? Like, game 1 is, like, you know, we watch a series, but there's another really cool series happening. We're like, well, what happened? And it was like, well, you know what? While they video, why don't we just look at what happened? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I just looked around the site, guys. Don't mind me. Wait, did I change the... What did I click at the top? I clicked something at the top that went to classic mode or something. That's crazy. I can do sped up flashbacks during the breaks. I know, this is like game changing for the stream. Sick. Absolutely sick. Very cool. I already love it. Why am I not... Oh! I'm not... I'm trying to attach myself on TL, but I'm on the wrong TL account. I'm like, why am I still not on the TL account? It's because I'm not on the right TL account. That's why, Wardy. Smart. Holy shit. This is wild. I was going to say, how do I just support? There's a support button. You can become a supporter. And I get Vespine. Oh my goodness, I get Vespine. Yeah, if you guys like it, you want to support it, there's a button up here. Sorry, I was looking at it myself. There's a button up here on the top of the page, support Vespine. If you go on the bracket. And you can but you can actually buy Vespine to do stuff. I don't know that part yet, but like, I'm sure they can answer in chat, but like, yeah, you can support it as well. Check out later. Wow. Freaking cool. You can use Vespine to top up a tournament prize pool. That's even sicker. How does it work if so if someone buys $5 of Vespine and then they spend that Vespine on a tournament, how much does that increase the tournament by? Is it still 5? You get Vespine to top up tournament prize pools. Everyone gets +1 Vespine for every ladder match you play. I hate to break it to you, no one plays ladder in this in this Twitch chat. Yeah. Have you heard what they've been saying the last few days about patches? Yeah. Crazy business. Alright, guys, we're just waiting for Skills versus ByuN. I think it is the best matchup we can get into for the next round. Sorry, I'll show you guys the bracket again. So this is the bracket right now. We are waiting for ByuN Skillers. We probably could have gone something else, but I really like the ByuN Skillers match, and then obviously we'll do semifinals one by one, and we will go from there. So, yeah. If you buy $5 of Vespin, it increases by 5, and you take a 5% cut. That's crazy. Or Shameless Yakov starring. I like Shameless Yakov, but I really like ByuN Skillers because I don't get to cast ByuN. I also just casted Shameless Yakov yesterday. I just don't get to cast ByuN Skillers a lot because Skillers only plays on weekends and so on. So I'm kind of down just to wait for ByuN Skillers. ByuN's in game 5. When he shows up, they'll get started really fast, so it's fine. We're having a good time exploring the site anyway, so I think this is cool. Unless you want me to do Shameless Yakov, Eddie. I will do it if you tell me. But I don't mind waiting an extra few minutes for ByuN Skillers. We've already waited a while we explore the site and stuff. What does the desktop app do? Does this just do all of this just within an app for me? I have to check that out as well. Damn. What's up, Casamigo? 60 stream watch streak. Hell yeah. There's a leaderboard section. Honestly, I think you can click on any of these buttons and it'll probably be like, you know what? Yeah, actually, it's really cool. It's actually just really cool. Okay. If I say I run a tournament, I was actually thinking about this morning anyways, about running like a tournament that's like maybe $500, but like over like a few days or something. If I set this tournament up, can people just set their own schedule to play their matches through the site? How does that work? Well, actually, I guess I need to look at the the whole organizer thing anyway. Oh, it's just cool. Sorry, that's a leaderboard. Iona Sotala. That's crazy. So I can just scroll through Cyril's games and be like, oh, Cyril played, that's Cyril versus Euthermal. These obviously Cyril's Maestro's matches and stuff. You can just be like, you know what? Actually, I can't remember. Cyril Harson was a 21-minute game. Let's just have a look at that. Hey, what's up, Roth? Thank you so much for the 25-month resub on the Prime. Oh my god, we even have chat at the top of the screen. Honestly, this part is like the coolest thing of all time. Like, if I can just like play this as like background info between games and stuff. Oh my god, the mothership. Like, if we can just play this on the screen while we're waiting for like a match and stuff of like a match of a game that happened in a previous game, it's like, yeah, the whole thing's cool. Sorry, I'm just nerding out, guys. I'm just nerding out. Don't mind me. I should probably swap to the NA server if we're gonna cast Skillers ByuN. I've also just closed it and I need it open. Yeah, you guys can check it out. The bracket command takes you to the website that I'm on. So if you guys want to check that out, you absolutely can just do so. So, yeah. Very cool. Very, very cool. What do the red and blue bars on the side represent? Oh, you're going to make me go look at it again, aren't you? Hang on. I presume it was of... It's a chest-like evaluation bar. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. The game started and Terran was instantly above 50%. Never mind. I'm at the 1.5 minute point in the game and they're like, Terran's not proxy raxing, 55% win rate for Zerg. Oh, that's cool. Man, this is like, yeah. I just talking about how cool it is constantly. Turns out cool things are cool. Who would have known? Like I say, guys, we're waiting for ByuN and Q to finish up in the Cranky Ducklings event. I highly recommend you guys go and watch them for the last few minutes of the game. Very cool. There's a delayed results period, so you can not show the results until you mark it. That's even, yeah. Whole thing's sick. Aye. Is it free? Yes. Yeah, they just explain it's completely free, unless you want to support it. And if you would like to, support, there is options, and you can like support tournaments through it. And if you ladder while connected, if you ladder and upload replays to the site, you actually get money to add to tournaments. So, yeah, very cool. I love that my chat is now just a vestbean.gg Q&A. Insane. I'm good. Hey, so guys, we're waiting for ByuN skills. We are just waiting for ByuN to come out of game with Q. Looks like he is not having a good time right now. Over with the Cranky Ducklings. But yeah, once that finishes up, we'll get back on track. Do. Yeah, what's up, WeShark? How you doing, man? 42-month resub. Good to see you. Just woke up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. An actual reason to play again. Player count goes up. Turns out it's not because of the patches, though. It's because of... It's not because of the patches, it's because of Vespine.gg motivating people to play. Yeah. Like I said, guys, we were just checking out the site, but we're also just waiting for the game, and just unfortunately, ByuN ended up going to a game 5, hence TVT, so it's ended up just taking a little while. So we'll get them back ready to go soon, and when they're ready, we'll watch their videos on the site as well. Very cool. Does the stats for the players on maps? Does the stats for players on the maps, so like when you go on stats and you mouse over, are the stats generate from like replays that are on the site? I find it crazy that there's like 187 games of ByuN playing Old Sun Temple. No? A Ligulac API? But Ligulac has like maps denoted in it? It's even crazier. Didn't even know this. Because these are like new maps now, so you're telling me ByuN's played 150, 300 games or something? Like, it just seems crazy. It looks like ByuN's ready as he bans Rorschach to start us off. Also, when I mouse, you can probably see it, but the lobby chat disappears when I mouse over things. Which means that if I mouse over, then pull off, it disappears and comes back. Will not bet the house on the stats being correct. Yeah, they don't. I honestly feel like they're just not correct because of the amount of games played. But yeah. Yeah, it's still early days. Yeah, when I mouse over anything, the lobby chat disappears. Which is just flashing, which is a bit annoying, I guess. Alright guys, we'll get videos going. And we'll get this ready to rumble. Skillless ByuN coming up in a few moments' time. Rainfall gonna be the veto from Skillless. ByuN with the washout ban. Skills with Sanctuary. We're just going to eliminate everything on the right-hand side of the screen, guys. This is so nice, just so, like, you know what one of the worst things is? Like, when we're waiting for games to start, and it's just like, I've filled time for, like, 20 minutes. It's like, I've got nothing else to say. It's like, usually you just sit here with me, like, bopping my head, being like, waiting for a video. At least now you guys have something to look at. Eternity's Edge will go, and one more map of these four will disappear. Fear and Faith has made it into a lot of TVPs. People don't seem to be minding playing the 4-player map in the TVP. BlackRock makes it into a lot of TVPs. Skills takes out Lockdown, so he's going to leave in two. We're going to have 2 of the 4-player maps remaining here. Map 1 is going to be Fear and Faith. See what Skills wants to select for map 2. Alton Temple. So we're going to play 4-player maps. Oh no, that's the Decider map. It skipped over Game 2. Game 2 is going to be BlackRock, and then Game 3 will be Alton Temple. There's a bug. It skipped straight to the Decider map on the pop-up instead of doing Game 2, then the Decider. Bam. See, I'm being a useful participator here. See how useful I am? Crazy. Finding all the things. I'm going to rehost with the mod. We'll get this ready to go. Alrighty, guys. Alright, Fear and Faith coming up. I'm going to dive into Skillless versus ByuN. Thank you for the patience, obviously. I know it's been a little while getting this set up, guys, but we've obviously just been We were waiting for this. Just unfortunate that it turned out that ByuN actually needed as long as he took to get there. Let's get into some games, as we are going to start out in the top right-hand corner, I think, with our blue Protoss player to kick off this best of 3. This is going to be Team Liquid's Nikita, aka Skilless, in the top right corner of Fear and Faith. Thank you again for all the patience, guys. I appreciate it's been a little bit of downtime. As in the bottom left, our Red Zerg from the Shopify Rebellion. This is ByuN. WardiDad with the 112-month resub on the Prime. Guys, if my dad can hit the Prime button, so can you. Prime is up today. Support the channel, support the StarCraft 2. Obviously, this is not a WardiTV tournament today, but support does help me to still keep on casting full-time and everything, so do support. Drop those subs. Wait, we had a few subs. We had 494 subs, and now we're back down to 490. So the 500. Let's go. Let's get it going today as we get into game number 1 of this best of 3. Is this new patch? Yes. Anything on stream pretty much from now on is going to be new patch, unless we're casting replays. I might cast some replays of GSLCK at some point still. So unless I'm casting replays, then there will not be... Then those obviously won't be new patch, but we would mention if we're not casting replays. Oh, we would mention if we're casting replays, or it would be in the title and stuff. Anything live is new patch. Pretty much. Anything live. As our command center comes down, the barracks continues to settle. I have an excuse when I miss any action. Ay, ay, ay. Crazy. Command center coming up. Barracks and the gases on the way in. Take a few moments to see what's going on. And we have ourselves Skills, just normal expansion. He knows where his opponent is because he's scouted top left and bottom left now, so Skills knows ByuN is at bottom right. Let's see what he would like to do here. We're going to be ready to float the CC to the low ground very shortly. Orbitals will begin. Command Center first is definitely popular right here, and right now in this current meta. You also could probably get a bunker on this position too if you feel like that is where you want to play from. The cool thing about this CC, so the very cool thing about this CC is, say Skills scouted here and then he went across the map not in the tube and scouts the natural, he might, I guess you always run at the front, but if you run at the front there's nothing here either. There's a chance Skills messes up his scout. So the setup from ByuN to kind of build no depot at the front, not build the orbital here or anything, is really kind of cool, because there was a chance like if Skills had come down here, checked up this ramp or so, he was like, nope, this isn't it. Which, you know, maybe doesn't happen with the tube, but say like Skills spawned over here, he scouts here, and then he walks, like I say, it can be faster instead of going down this tube to kind of come down through the middle of the map and to check the natural and up this ramp. So I wonder if that's kind of part of the idea of ByuN's positioning as he sets that up. What's up, Cranky Ducklings? Thank you for the raid. You guys had some viewers today, huh? Welcome, everybody. This is the JEC. J is such a weird letter to say in a tournament name. The JEC, the JE is a really awkward word letter combo to say. JEC Cup, number 2, $300 up for grabs today. ByuN Skills in this quarter-final matchup. I was just going to see a couple of depths are going to come down, and depths are already coming from the pile on the right side, so... Sorry, Skills did proxy that up. He knew where his opponent was, and so he puts a pile on the far right. It's something we've known Skills has been doing a little bit. He's actually been doing, like, pile on here, pile on there, pile on the low ground. Very difficult to clean them all up, and ByuN's going to lose 6 workers. No wall means he does not have the way to block the adepts from going high ground to low ground here. Now, it was a good economic opening from ByuN, so losing some workers is not the end of the world. However, 3 more adepts arrive, and is ByuN just in trouble? I would say yes, he is. The adepts are going to shade, looking to catch this Cyclone. Cyclone is in a ton of trouble. A few more SCVs going down. The Cyclone might go down as well, but I mean, he doesn't get it, but he gets 13 workers. The only problem is Skills loses every single army unit, and you've made 3 gateways to make this happen as well, which is not ideal. You know, you're not on any other tech. I don't like those 3 adepts. I wish those 3 adepts had warped in here and threatened like a shade on the natural or poked up I feel like warping in here is when your opponent knows there's going to be a pylon there. I feel like that's a little greedy from Skillets, perhaps. But, I mean, he did some mega damage, like I say. The problem is going to be his lack of tech behind this. And ByuN's potential ability to take advantage of that. Medevac with 5 Marines coming over. Battery finishes bam on time to help keep probes alive here. A couple of them get out of reach of the battery, right over to the edge of the gas, but we only lose 1 to those first 5 Marines, which is not bad. Nikita Skillets with the 12. Now 11 work a lead. It's going to go Stargate. Oh. What I'm really scared for Skillets in this game is that he's playing into, like... He's playing into basically having no tech for a long time. Like, I actually... If ByuN was on his way to, like, Barracks 2 and 3 and, like, Stimpack and so, I'd be terrified for Skillets. I do think Stargate Robo is probably best case scenario for defending against stuff like Banshee Harass. And maybe Marine Tank Banshee push. It is close spawns, obviously, so Marine Tank Banshee just pushing across the map on its own is absolutely a possibility here. Depot does not raise in time. Cyclone and Banshee high ground should be able to help deal with this. The Marines come back home. Still going to lose a few more SCVs, though. If ByuN doesn't use the Banshee on the defense, he'd rather hide it. In a way, yes, that work is going down for ByuN, but at the same time, it's also... you know, more units of Skillets going down. Like, Skillets is going to have serious unit problem very soon in this game. If we actually just push the front, I think it's going to be a big issue. Two Banshees together will go across the map. We've got the Robo, and we do have an Observer. It's not going to be in position, though. ByuN starts with 3rd CC, now the 2nd and 3rd Barracks as well. I think we're going to see a lot of 3rd CCs before additional racks nowadays. Again, they're just so cheap. It does a lot for you on the eco setup. 100 minerals really is like a big deal breaker in these scenarios where you see these Banshees going to town. The Observer went across the map, huh? That's not ideal. ByuN is going to get a bunch of probes. That's 13 workers killed. That's going to be absolutely massive. It's going to see 1 Banshee cloaks and turns, but doesn't do enough. As I said, the Banshee will go down. The Observer was there with the Phoenix. So we are going to lose the Banshees, but man, that damage done was very, very successful. ByuN getting the double engineering bay behind this. His Stimpack now halfway done. That really was big damage. And obviously the 3rd is late here from Skillets as well. Again, don't get me wrong, Skillets did great damage, but it came at a cost. Like, it was not just like he did a normal build that transitioned super easily or anything. Like, he committed to this damage, and yes, he got the damage done, but there was work still to be done from that point forward. Phoenix fly into this main base. The Cyclone gets lifted, the few Marines. We'll get in after those Phoenix. Just going to be seeing the first Cyclone going down, and the Marines continue to drop. And 2 Banshees did the same damage. Yeah, I think that's the most damning factor, right? Is that ByuN is then... Obviously, the damage that ByuN took was super early, though. You got to think about the timing of this damage, right? Like, damage done at minute 4 to 5 is much more significant than damage done at minute 7. But, yeah, I don't really disagree, like I say. Because, like I say, Skillets had to build a ton of adepts. He lost every single unit he was harassing with. And he purposefully delayed his tech. So his tech is very slow. And he's now going to be playing Phoenix Colossus, which is not bad, but it's not the best composition. His ground units are completely unupgraded in terms of there's no there's no blink, there's no charge. Air weapons is on the way even, there's no ground upgrades, so it's a very strange game in that regard. Now, I wonder if Phoenix Colossus is going to be feeling quite strong, because Phoenix Colossus obviously got buffed because Colossus just got buffed. No longer are these Colossus doing so little damage to non-light units. I say so little. Colossus still did okay damage, but they get +2 damage to everything that isn't light. The damage numbers were 10 plus 15 before. Sorry, 10 plus 5. Now it's 12 plus 3. So, yeah, pretty big deal there. 3rd orbital finish before 3rd Nexus. It did, but that was also... I mean, to be fair, like, ByuN also built his 3rd base, like, pre-additional barracks. So he's also given up a lot of pressure. Which is kind of interesting, because ByuN could have gone for pressure to follow up from like the Banshees and so, but instead he goes triple CC before the 2nd and 3rd racks. It's going to be interesting if more Terrans do just choose to basically just splash the third CC down super quickly and then get the second and third racks on the way. The thing is, from ByuN, I think it was a very smart thing to do in this game, because Skillers had no real follow-up to hit ByuN at any point. So going for the third CC before additional racks was perfect. ByuN was not in a rush to get units out because he knew that Skillers had already given up a ton of units and had not, hadn't delayed his own tech. So ByuN taking the chance to get the third CC sooner, I think, is something which is a pretty big deal. Handful of Marines just going to check the proxy-ish locations. Just going to try and make sure Skillers doesn't have a fourth base he doesn't know about. Just going to guarantee ByuN that he is in kind of the lead that he seems to be in right now. 7 out Phoenix still gathering. Again, a couple of setups continuing there. Battery cannon coming through. The next coming in on the fourth base as well. A few Marines up to the top side. I'm going to be sitting strong as the Bio Army. A couple of the Ghosts are going to regather with everything else. We can see what our next move is going to be. Bio, Ghost, Medifacts gathering in. It's going to be seeing the +1 attack trickling along. About to be done for Skillers, catching up on some of those upgrades. ByuN did have a 1-1 upgrade lead for a while here. That's 4 Colossus and now 2 carriers. This feels like a moment where the additional starport will have some work to do. It definitely feels like Viking time. I mean, Skillers is playing a very slow defensive setup, I believe, as the Sio just pushes in. Losing the fourth base would be pretty rough for Skillers. It's the sort of economy loss that's going to really make it difficult to expand later into the game, right? You're already behind on supply. You're lacking the fourth base. Economy is going to keep you behind a bit. Phoenix plus Colossus is going to be a good defense against the Medevac. Tensile Siege. Bio going to stim up. Well, the Immortal going down. Just going to see the Colossus and the carriers pulling back along. Nexus gets denied as well. The Colossus turn back to do what they can one more time. Scan out once again. Still having this army holding tight. The Phoenix trying to step through. A couple of Vikings continue to fire away. These Interceptors going to work. I mean, there's still a complete lack of Vikings here from ByuN. Some of them start showing up now. He has the Marauders to kind of get through on the ground, but he doesn't have the anti-air, I believe. What does he want to target here? As he kites away, he should just go for the Mothership, I guess. Get some shots off where he can with the Vikings. Now in full retreat mode. Like I say, not enough Marines to really justify sticking around or anything at the moment. Last couple of Phoenix will begin to go down, and this base rebuilds once again from Skillers, so trying to bring that back online once more. Vikings kite away, the Marines again stimming to work onto those Interceptors. Again, the Vikings will shoot again, the carriers are going to come back forward. Marines again ready to fight the Phoenix. They get taken out also, just going to be seeing the Observer still hanging with everything else. Our units from ByuN continue to pull backward. Skillers is pushing forwards here. The carriers going to town on the bunker, going to town on the depots. Just going to drop the cloaking here. Does ByuN have enough anti-air? Big question right now. There's not a lot of Interceptors remaining. A couple carriers going down, especially carriers that had Interceptors on them. Not all of the carriers going down are ones with Interceptor counts. But losing every carrier is going to be good enough. I mean, there's just not enough Interceptors doing damage here anymore. Plus DOR weapons or not, just isn't enough. And now we've got 3 carriers in production, but only 2 on the map. A Colossus as well. Vikings will just deal with this. ByuN does not need to be afraid. If there's support for these units, then sure, but there is not. So the Vikings can just get to work. They will pick off everything. 2 Interceptors are not going to do it. And ByuN is going to turn this game around after that starting point. Not looking so hot for him. ByuN is going to get there in the end for Game 1 victory. And I guess we're going to throw some heads up, get ready to go. For Game 2 of this BO3 in a couple of moments. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, we'll get this one started, like I say, here on Blackrock for Game 2. Let's see what will happen. As Go-Go gets called, let me get this ready to begin. Golden Armada was not ready. Just kind of a weird game state in general, right? Like, a little bit of a weird kind of position. As we jump into Blackrock for the second map. Let's see what happens. ByuN versus Skilless. On the top right-hand side, the red Terran player is going to be ByuN, currently leading by a game in this BO3. And the bottom left, our blue Prolus is Skilless. I was about to say cross spawns, but obviously there's a two-player map, so of course it's cross spawns. As we get Blackrock, a map that apparently is not as big as it feels. I don't know, this map feels massive. I think the rush distance is as big as the rest of the map is, I think is what it comes down to. Yo, 007 Will, thank you so much for the 2-month resub as well. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, game number 2. And get this one on the way. SCV. Non-existent on this side of the map, it's a probe. SCV is actually over here building a barracks first, not a command center first twice in a row. These changes seem to really benefit ByuN in particular. We think? I mean, I think these changes in general are just good. I mean, 300 command center, mineral command center is just broken. Like, there's no convincing me this isn't just insane for Terran. I'm a Terran as well, like, you know, take my bias out of it, like, it's an absolutely nuts change, like, this is, it's not the equivalent of how broken Zerg was with the lava change, maybe, but, like, it's towards that level, I think. Like, it's just, I think it's just less obvious because you can still do things to lose games, right, like, you know, you can still get harassed down to a position where it's tough to get bounced back from and stuff, but, like, it is extremely good. It's crazy. Because I think a big part of what it does is it essentially speeds a lot of your builds up, right? And it speeds your builds up to almost go back to, like, 12 worker start timings. And if you get to go back towards 12 worker start times while the other races are obviously not there, like, yeah. I think this was the wrong change to balance the Terran eco issues early. Not, like I said, as a Terran, I'm loving it. I think it's great for Terrans, but, like, I don't think this was necessarily hitting the target that was placed, you know? If the target was to get the Terran economy back on track, I think this was an overhit in that regard. But, I mean, it definitely was that situation as well. I think it has some interesting ramifications for TVP, which is a matchup I talk a lot about, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it develops. It's still early days. The crazy thing is that it already looked good without optimized build orders. Now as players, you know, begin to optimize their builds, one of the big things is as Terrans figuring out now when you can throw a CC down or when you don't and stuff like that. Like, that's also going to be a pretty big factor, right? So, yeah. There's a lot of interesting things I think we can look at as a couple Marines get underneath, taking out a hallucination for a few moments. Blink, Warp Gate coming about. It's going to see the couple Marines, SCVs. Rex and the command center coming through as well. Just going to be seeing that CC straight into an orbital. I mean, triple CC being done at 4 minutes is, like, super quick. In this, you know, off of 8 workers. I tell you what I do like is that all these changes speed the game back up, so one of my biggest qualms about 8 worker starts is that at least they're undoing all of the negatives of it. We haven't seen any positives from it, but at least they're removing the negatives. Like this rate, another couple changes, and we're basically going to be playing 12 worker starts with 8 worker starts. They just changed everything else to be able to make it feel the same. Which is kind of crazy. which you know still says a lot about the 8 worker start aspect anyway. As this Reaper hops into the main base, gonna go pushing through. Penny goes down. Hooker is gonna get taken out. He's gonna be having the stim and the combat shield on the way. I'm surprised how well a builder of CC first before depot hits. It's like if it was tested or something, you always have the perfect money depot on 50 racks refinery, and you can have the Reaper with 50 gas and double order with 300. Oh, because they basically just they just found a way to retune the game to being, well, it's not quite like 12 workers, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these builds just work nice. Like, builds worked super smoothly beforehand anyway, though, right? Like, I'd be surprised if this was tested. I don't mean to be, like, not trying to be negative about it. I think that's much more of a happy coincidence than a... Because let's be real. How many things have they changed that did not have any sort of positive impact, that didn't flow well at all? At some point, there had to be a change that made something feel smooth and correct, you know? So yeah. No, it's Ninja's say it's Skiller's 4th base down. He realizes it's an eco game. We're just speeding straight to the macro state of this. No, sorry guys, I had a donation and I completely missed it. Apologies. Let me get my stream elements open so I can just quickly check who that is. Apologies. Anonymous donation. £10. Appreciate everything you do to keep the scene going. Thank you so much for the £10 donation. Appreciate the support. Thank you for supporting the channel, supporting the StarCraft, supporting the casting. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Blows your mind, A pool arrives at the time CC finishes. Yeah, but I mean, like, pool first against CC first has always been bad. No? Since 12 worker starts, at least. Like, CC first has been a hard counter to early pools for a long time, I think. No? I wonder what it was. What like, 12 pool versus CC first? It's very difficult, because obviously with 12 workers, like, 8 workers, it takes a long time to mine the minerals for, like, the 200 for the spawning pool in the first place, versus 12 workers, the 12 pool comes down a lot sooner, right? I guess. Just gonna see this Nexus. It's gonna go down instantly. ByuN just shows up, kills that off. Instant rebuild from Skillless. Gonna see the sentry going down. The rest of these Zelds continue to drop. The Marines pulling back. I mean, this is just a great fight for ByuN. Holy. He literally just stood there and killed Zealots. Like, he didn't even micro, and he's down on upgrades as well. What did we just witness? I'm absolutely baffled. The amount of times you see... How many times do you see, like, a winning player attacking into Zealots and it's, like, not good for them because they're, like, attacking in, and it's like the Zealots keep pushing it. Like, ByuN just stood there and just tanked those Zealots. That was crazy. That was crazy. Huh. Alright, we're in the lobby for Solar and Percival here, guys. I get this ready to go. .007 Will, thank you so much for the 100 bits as well as your resub a few moments ago. Thank you so much. The resub into the bits. Appreciate it, guys. This one we already previewed, guys. I guess, in theory, I could still bring up their... match them. We could see the vetoes. Oh, this is cool too. Hold up. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. So we're going in game, but you can actually have a quick peek at the videos that happened here for this series too. So as you can see, Percival banned at Eternity's Edge, Fear and Faith, and Alton Temple. Solar taking out Rorschach, Lockdown, and Blackrock, and we will play Washout, Sanctuary, and Rainfall. This is even better. It's like we missed the start. It's like you missed the videos or something, and you can still go and check them out and see what maps are going to get played. Beautiful. God, I love this site. Big fan. Solar in the top right side is going to be the blue Zerg player. He is in the top right corner of the map. In the bottom left, our red Terran is going to be Percival. As I kick this BO3 off and we get this one ready to go. All top 4 players are OSC Elite members as well, just confirmed. That means all of the prize money is going to be doubled for them, so pretty much the majority of the $300 is going to be grabbed today. Percival in the bottom left, Solar in the upper right. We'll look to see what this TVZ will do. I don't know how I ended up in here, but FES StarCraft, that's the NG we love. I mean, welcome. I wish I could find more people who don't know how they end up in my stream. This would be a great way to get viewers. People don't know how they get to you, just bam. Reaper Orbital on the way up, as we are going to see the 6 Zerglings. This is a pool first from Solar. Pool first into the hatch gas. This is going to be interesting because the power of the pool first against a Reaper is that the Reaper will be across the map. Especially because Percival doesn't scout, he doesn't know it's pool first. So when the Reaper goes across the map, the Lings will have dodged around. And by the time the Reaper is like here-ish, the Lings will be arriving. And then the Reaper has to turn around. And what's really scary for the Terran in that scenario is that you pretty much have to respect the possibility of a Roadtron. But you also have to pull the Reaper home usually. Now there is a Marine popping. Will we go second Marine? Probably not, because we're ready to build the reactor for the factory. So one Marine doesn't deal with these Lings super easily. Percival knows now it's pool first, so he's going to get that. He is actually much further across the map than I thought he would be with the Reaper. He's going to decide not to pull this Reaper home. He could do. He knows it's a pool first, so he knows what he's playing against. Solo decides to go up the ramp with the few Zerglings. He's going to try and fight. Would love to get at least an SCV here. Just gets one at the end. Good catch. Finally by that last Ling, but that's 6 Lings, and this is a pretty easy cleanup, and the CC keeps building, so this is not really ideal. The Reaper never went home. Percival deals with it with an SCV pull, only losing 1 worker. Very nicely handled. As the Reaper comes back over to that right side again. Queen, Wing speed coming up, the additional drones on the way through currently. Reaper is just going to be poking, and the Queen says no. At this point, actually, that's very interesting. The barracks is going to stay on the reactor, and the factory is going to stay off of it. And we're going to drop a starport as well. No surprises. A third CC coming down. Again, if these command centers are so cheap with this most recent patch, then you're going to see a lot of people being, thoroughly enjoying throwing down triple command center super early and just building very good economy very early in these games. Pretty much no doubt. Comes all the way back to the bottom left side. The hatchery settling on the 3rd base. Circling speed will be coming through too, so make some progress here, guys, with that Ling speed finishing. We'll just try and see what our next phase of this is going to look like. Medevac, Hellion, the Marines coming through. A couple more of these Marines just popping in the main base. Again, seeing where we can get to the Hellions and the Reaper. Again, got to figure out where they're going to go to if they want to actually get on this map. Again, it's not a lot of Hellions. It's going to be quite a high Marine count early. With that Medevac popping up, will make this interesting to see. Yeah, we poke a little bit, not going to do much. The Medevac with the Marines, I think, has more potential to see some success here, honestly. As it goes boosting over to the far right-hand side, going to get up into the natural. The Hellions of the Reaper keeping some of the Queens poised on the left. maybe opening the door for this medevac, but Solar is very well positioned right from the get-go, honestly, so pretty well placed here right away. Marines gather up. Just going to see the other couple Hellions, the Reaper coming around. Drones are coming through as well, trying to see what else is happening. 3 workers dropping. The Marines going to turn back into the medevac, escaping out for a couple of moments. Just trying to pull away for a couple of secs. We got 3 drones. This is not a bad starting point from Percival. Pretty reasonable right now. So we wait to see what the next stage of this is going to look like. SCV pulls back. A couple of engineering bays go up at the front. Banshee shows up. It's uncloaked, and it's going to find a cool little corner to sit on for a handful of moments there, so that's a drone, and that's going to be about it. This medevac is still lingering, still looking for opportunity and chances to put some more damage out as well, so absolutely wants to get a little bit more done. 4th hatchery coming into play as we speak. Again, that lad building up, the Lings gather. The 3 Marines going to get straight in after those Queens. But the transfusion's obviously good as well, so no progress really being made at all so far by Percival. Not really going to see success for himself just yet. In fact, just boosts down to the bottom side. Again, the few Marines, the tank will gather together, so take a few moments, see what the next part of this game is going to look like. But Percival's just happy on his 3 bases. Again, that's being big economy. He's been able to hit 2 very quickly here. So moving around the bottom side, Marine tank is coming around the top. Our feeling is going to run into the SCVs. Marine's going to load into that medevac. We got a couple of SCVs, not bad. The Ling's now going to run forward, go after this depot. Marine's pushing up, trying to get after these Queens. Ling Bane coming over, a couple of tanks going to crash in. Tanks are going to go down. Again, the medevac's going to pull back to the upper left-hand side, reposition a little. And back down to the bottom. Marines, medevac gather together. Then the Lings will wrap around. A few Marines getting picked on. Percival trying to hit in multiple places, trying to get this momentum going in his favor. This medevac bottom right is running. The other medevacs and the Marines in the center are going to sit tight and tidy. Still pressing forward. The Ling's looking for a wraparound. And again, just seeing the other medevacs settling momentarily. Hydra's coming up. Bane's on the way. Melee upgrade plus 2 carapace coming around. We see the Ling's going to go out to the far right. A bunch of the Ling Hydra on the left side here as well is going to be knocking at these rocks. And those Queens together. Creep is going to spread. Ling Hydra going to work on those rocks. And open up the space for Solar to attack through and to get some positions. We have a little bit of bio ready to go. Widowmine drops down into position. Again, 2-2 upgrades on the way out. The Ling Bane cells on the right side as well. Ready for the counterattack, which Percival is absolutely already starting to head into a little bit. Lings run. Marines are going to come over. Just going to get surrounded. So Solar actually taking his main army down to the bottom side here, actually. You can see the Ling Bane is going to run straight through and just going to have a chance to jump in toward this planetary fortress. So, I mean, we get rid of the planetary, that'd be nice. Again, no rock tower being knocked down. It's a big factor. Both sides of the map have this cooling tower up. Again, if you knock this down, it destroys these 3 mineral patches. And this is the preferred 4th base by pretty much everybody. So that would be a pretty big deal. Bane pulls back for a second. Just going to be seeing the Hydras taking some damage. The Lings as well surrounding these rocks. We'll take a couple moments. Just going to have ourselves this army of Percival backing it up. Lingbane Hydra is going to begin to threaten down in this position. ByuN ready to fight over here. Again, we take a couple of moments, see if we can make enough happen. ByuN getting down and along. Now having to deal with the Zerg. Coming in from the top side, this command center is building. Going to have a bit of a tough time. And Bane Hydra continuing through, just going to be diving onwards. Actually getting in towards a lot of this. There's a few drones going down on the other side of the map, so just about getting there for enough at this point. Hydra's going to fight. The SCVs gather. I'm just going to be seeing the damage being done. 13 workers killed already. Ling Hydra regathering and still pushing into this position. Trying to just find a little extra right here. Yeah, Percival does have good supply, so I feel like he should be able to make his way back together in all of this in the grand scheme of things. Let's see if he can do so. Hydra's Marines coming back over the other direction again, so trying to see what else is going on. And 16 SCVs lost. He still actually has 78 workers, so his worker count is honestly still very respectable currently. That's absolutely fine. Like, he's absolutely in an okay place for the moment, so we're okay there. Ling Hydra going to threaten to run back down onto this. We have Percival attempting to go to the 5th base also. And you get 5 bases up in this scenario, it becomes a very different game for the Zerg. Once you're on 5 bases of the Terran, you're basically asking the Zerg to, you have to break down that base count, right? Like, there's not really two ways about it. So you can't let this Terran just sit on 5 bases forever. That would be extremely bad for you, realistically. A few more Hydras setting up. Most importantly, we've got lurker upgrades on the way through as well. Lurkers coming online would be massive. Gives you really a very strong kind of power point to work forward from as the Zerg if you have lurkers. Does a lot for you as the Lingbane continues through. The ByuN holding back a couple of seconds as well. So far holding on nicely here, but the lurker's poking on the bottom right. Percival's going to try and get a couple of tanks in position to deal with this. Needs the scan, however, to be able to truly deal with this right now. Scan comes down, missile turret and sensor tower both on the way. And just Ling's coming about, a couple of Widowmine shots aiming towards the Overseer. The rest of the ByuN continue to gather in. Take a moment or two. Hydra Bane still pushing in. Has to actually surge back, but we're just pulling back towards the lurkers most importantly. If you get back to these lurkers and the Terran has to attack into the lurkers, that's going to feel very rough for you as the Terran player, taking that splash damage throughout this. Percival loses another 11 SCVs. Honestly, trading pretty well in the grand scheme of things here. I'm fairly impressed with his ability of holding on right now. I actually feel like he's doing a very good job of this, a very respectable case of hanging in there and making sure this is looking decent. The rest of this just gathers solid. Is getting ready to go once again, perhaps in these next few moments. We're going to go once more. Okay, Hydra settling. It's going to be seeing the push forward continues. I mean, Percival being tested in terms of can he rebuild enough in time? And so far, the answer seems to be not really. 10 more SCVs going down, a bunch of units. A few Lings still remain on this mineral line as well, so that pod also looking very solid for now. Solar doesn't have a lot of bank, but he's got 93 workers, and boy, is he taking over the map. These forward bases as well, especially coming through, are going to be a pretty huge factor. And obviously the creep is very far forward as well. Percival just has no real control over this game. He's trying to like turtle up and essentially just hang on in there, which is what Soul's doing a great job of contesting for, just trying to make it so that doesn't happen. Percival's 5 bases do keep him aloft. And with these 5 bases, he is at the very least staying competitive right now. Fire coming through. The ghosts are coming around. Another couple scans coming down once again. Trying to spread some CCs out. SimCity is obviously massive against the Zerg. If you can put yourself in a position here where you're realistically denying the, denying the Zerg from being able to get big arcane attacks, that can do extremely well for you. So that's definitely something to be watching for. And these CCs coming up again. Not even, I mean, this one probably will be a planetary, but it's not even necessarily about it being a planetary fortress. It's more so just about, again, the SimCity aspect of this. Wow, there was some Giga Fungals. Parasite Bomb's nice on the Medivacs as well. Hydra Ghost now pushing through. We are going to just about hold on against Percival, but again, he is being tested in this situation. It is not a pretty time for him at all. And he is having some issues for sure at the moment. Trying to recruit, trying to recover as best we can. Another round of Hydra Ling Bane looking to come across, looking to push straight forward. This will hold out. Ling Hydra going to be here. The Celestial Missiles. Ling Hydra still building. I mean, Soul's not really changing up what he's doing either. Look at what's been lost. He lost 8 Lurkers this game, but otherwise he's just been back to Ling Bane Hydra. Like, he's had no reason, he's felt no purpose to do anything beyond that really so far. Which is always interesting, that he just feels good enough on Ling Bane Hydra. It's usually a sign of dealing with the higher ghost counts and just saying, well, Lurkers are going to get sniped. Everything else can at least chase those ghosts down and threaten a little bit a lot of the time. Which is obviously very nice as well. Those ghosts still sniping, getting through for as much as possible. A few more hits coming in by. More SCBs coming about as well. Trying to take this forward base. I know the base would be big for Percival in the long run. Lots of resources lost at 38,500, 28.3k. Pretty typical for the kind of game we're seeing where Soul is trading into the Terran and obviously has a ton of bases of his own. Going to threaten to take another blue gold base over here, by the way. So aiming for this. A couple ghosts pulling back away from those banelings. Hydra's getting forward on the Medivac's. Going to try and snipe down what we can. Hydra's still stepping forward. Yeah, Percival just going to say GG. Gets overrun. And it is going to be a Percival tap for the Solar to take the 1-0 lead in this BO3 in the semis. Alright guys, we'll run some ads just in case we get a longer game, which is very possible in these situations. Just pop the ads on both the streams. Beautiful. Alright, Sanctuary coming up for a map 2 of this series, guys. Elsewhere on the bracket, we obviously know ByuN is in the semifinals, and he will play Yakov, so no Protoss top 4. It's going to be another TVZ after this. We might get TVZ, 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 actually. Could I explain the Terran / Zergians that are new? Like Liberator, Widowmines, Vipers, and Lurkers? I mean... I could, but I feel like the units really explain themselves when you see them a lot of the time, for the most part. I mean, this is not a bad question. I'm just thinking how I want to phrase it with, like... Yeah, I'm just thinking how to phrase it. I mean, Liberators basically make a super high-powered siege units that do high single-target damage to anything within the zone, compared to, like, a siege tank, which is a siege unit which is focused on splash damage. The Liberator is like an air, siege, high single-target DPS unit. Widowmines are just... They're like Banelings for Terran, but they don't move, they burrow instead of roll. Vipers can either abduct, which pulls a unit forward towards them, or they can blind... I mean, Vipers have a lot of... They have 3 abilities. Well, they have 4 because they have Consume as well. So you can abduct, which is pulling units towards you. You can Blinding Cloud, which reduces the vision range of units that are in the Blinding Cloud. And you can Parasitic Bomb, which is air AoE. And then Lurkers... I mean, lurkers just do splash, or a siege unit that do splash damage in lines, basically. So you don't have to apologize. I was just trying to think about the way in which I was trying to. I was just thinking about the way in which I was going to try and explain the units. You know, I was just thinking about how we might go around about that one. No worries, of course. Always happy to explain things. So in the upper right and Percival in the bottom left as we just sell ourselves into game 2 here, guys. Why is Percival playing washout in a best of 3? We can look at his vetoes. So he vetoed Old Sun Temple, Fear and Faith, and At Eternity's Edge. I don't think washout is then a crazy map to let through, no? Old Sun Temple and Fear and Faith, you're very... I think those are vetoes where you're scared of cross-spawn. Those are probably the wrong vetoes, I guess, if you're going to call one out. But At Eternity's Edge is also just a... It's a big map that Zerg likes to overwhelm on. I can understand why, especially Solar, who's very good at surviving and living through the lurkers and is super dangerous on lurkers. I think At Eternity's Edge is a fine veto as well. So what, we just don't veto Fear and Faith or Old Sun Temple? I mean, 4-player maps are kind of weird as well. I think I would have preferred to see him play a 4-player map, but yeah. Only so much we can see on that, as the couple Ling's going to be there. We're going to get pushed away for a couple of moments. Gonna take a couple seconds. Get ourselves ready to roll. Reaper hopping up. Trying to see what's going on. Ling speed, drones, hatchery, whole building. Just gonna get those other few Lings settling over in the corner. Reaper drops down a grenade. Gonna pop one Ling to death. Nicely done. A couple Queens step up. Lings come over to the side as well. Reaper comes by. Reaper and the 2 Hellions continue to come around again. Ling speed is coming. Overlords, Queens, the drones on the way. Banshee and a couple Hellions coming about as well. For the moment. It's taking a couple seconds. Sorry guys, FPS is going to drop. I have to tap out for 1 second. Super sorry. You can see a couple Hellions of the Reaper going to come back over, so try to step back over there for a couple of moments. Just going to have the Hellions around that top side, Reaper coming back across. Trying to see a little bit more of what's happening here for a few moments, and just going to be pulling back down to the center of the map again. There on its way, a couple of barracks, the Banshee and the Cloaking coming over as well. A couple of Lings going to nibble at the SCVs. Again, Banshee Cloaking, a couple of barracks coming through, and the other Hellions are coming back to deal with this. The run by already very good here for Solar. Good afternoon, Wardy and chat. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hell yeah, doing great. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. A beautiful Sunday for some StarCraft. Kind of a weird one for me because we started like late. I was like, I didn't realize we were starting as late as we were. When I agreed to the time, I was like, oh, 2 or 3 p.m. works. Either works for me. I didn't realize it was actually an hour later than what I thought. So I was like, it's really weird. I'm like starting like mid-afternoon. I'm like, I don't know, very chill morning. Into some cool games of StarCraft. It's also, This is never going to be overrated from my side, but like, man, anytime that I don't have to run the tournament, it's so nice. Like, it's genuinely one of the craziest things. But like, just not having to run the tournament and being able to just sit back and enjoy the games and just jump into the, you know, the games when they're ready. I don't have to worry about this or that or whatever. Like, it's not stressful. I'm the mainstream, so I'm not fighting people for like games or anything as well. Like, these things are just so cool, and like I say, it's such a different experience of casting compared to like when I have to cast other things and I'm like doing the admin work. I'm worried about where the players are. Players are asking me if they can start their games. I'm just like, it's not for me to deal with, man. I'm just chilling, enjoying some games, you know. Yeah, I'm having a great day. Shout out to OSC putting on the event and having us along for the ride. Hellions continue to trade pretty decently for a little bit here with these Lings, but they will eventually go down. So there goes your map control. Yeah, there goes your map control as the Terran player, which is a little unfortunate because now this creep is going to go a little bit unchecked as well. We're down to only one Banshee also, which is, see, again, not exactly ideal either, right? So a couple of problems for sure. See some Marine tank going to start pressing up for the next couple moments. Marine tank medevac gathering up. Again, those few queens join together as well, so everything gets settled in. Queens will continue to sit down. The Marine tank medevac force is moving forward. The Marines actually going to stim onto this bottom side. A couple of queens begin to go down already, so it's a nice catch from Percival getting the queens early. We'll scan for the creep spread as well. Hydras are not fully powered up just yet, so they're not going to be quite as strong as they maybe want to be here. I suppose Hydra's coming back through, pushing onto this for a couple seconds as well. Just seeing the Hydras and the Lings gathering together here, and where we're going to go next is going to remain our question for a couple moments. Marine tank pushing up. Just going to see the Hydras coming across here as well, pulling back towards the base. Percival looking to keep on the pressure right now. Heading to the middle of the map here. A couple of these Hydras already starting to go down. Siege of the tanks. The lone Banshee on the bottom side. Just a check to see what's going on as well. Nothing super crazy at the end of the day. Just like I say, double checking that this base is here. The single Banshee's never going to really deny it, you would imagine. So yeah, more so just to check that it's there or not. And knowing about that is obviously good info. And still pushing forward here. Obviously difficult to take this forward base when you have yourself the tanks on that high ground. So that's going to be kind of a preemptive denial as well. By Percival, just by being around this location. More Marines also continue over one more time. Let's see, Solo making an effort to get rid of this group of units up over in this direction. However, does that mean we can deal with the bottom right? I think this 5th hatchery falls. Looks as though it is going to go down. However, maybe Solo now could work on these minerals and open that up and actually get that position. Take the remnants of these units and drop them in over here as well. So just going to try and do what we can with this. 6 drones dead, and we continue to shove forward for now. Marine's going to get through, going to find a queen. Actually having a very good time, honestly, as the as the Terran player right now, no? Just having a great time pushing around. At least we lose these units, so Solo gets a little bit of a reprieve on the bottom right side of the map. Is immediately going to turn that into an attack, actually. So we begin to immediately move on over there. Marines and the medevacs gather up. Drilling claws is about to be done. 2-2 upgrades producing as well. +1 vehicle weapons. And melee and carapace upgrades continue through from Solo also. Hydra looking to push on this. This is going to be a dead tank. The Widow Mine didn't do much. There was also a Liberator went down there, right? There's a bunch of units that just get big important units that get taken down. As the Hydroling Bane continues to swarm forward. Where's Percival's army? It's not really well set up right now. In fact, it's all over the place. Okay, there's quite a little bit more bio here than I originally thought, but I don't think it's enough still to the amount of Hydra Bane that's surging forward. The Lings onto that bottom base have already taken down the tanks. So there's not really defense there anymore. New Liberators building, but they just started. The next tank is on the way, but it's not really close. And Solo's just going to full on overwhelm. Percival doesn't even get close to being a threat to Solo in this game. Well, really in this series, he had a couple moments where he did some damage, but it was very minimal in the grand scheme of things. See the factory lifting off. Retreating back, like I said, there's not really much more choice to make on this one, apart from just retreating and trying to let this go, I think. Let's continue through. 26 SCV is dead. Obviously, this entire base retreating is not ideal. And we do have, attempt to take a base to the top left side to try and get us back to 4 bases. Solar, again, is not exactly a super high base count Zerg. He's only just now going to establish his 5th base, but has done more than enough here to put him in a great position. And the Hydras will fight at the front. The Liberators, again, big high damage output units, will be scary to push into directly, but there's only 2 of them. They have to reposition every single time that the Zerg repositions, so there's a good chance you catch them out of position. You can target them quickly as well with those Hydras, so that is also very likely going to be successful. This works too, right? Hydras just literally step in and do their thing. Again, get rid of the tank as well. Going to threaten the command center top left. We're actually going to make a play to deny it. We reland the orbital here at least. Yeah, Solar very solid on this one, as this command center will take a few more shots. It's going to be burning, is going to be burning, is going to be dead. Command center down. There's now more Marine Medevac, gets back to the center. Playing Hydra. Queen resettles, just going to be seeing a push through. Bio still comes across, a couple creep tumors going down as well. The rest of the Lings are going to run in there from the top side. The Medevacs retreat one more time. Lings are going to jump again. Hydra's going to get to the libs. The problem is, it's like only 2 libs at a time is very manageable. If this ever got to like 4, 6, 4 libs is manageable-ish too. If it got to 6, then it's much scarier. But again, there's so much space to cover. You can't really put all 6 libs in the same place, right? Otherwise, that just is a disaster for you, essentially. So, can't really do that one. As, yeah, we will head ourselves into ByuN versus Yakov. Up next, it seems. Get this ready to rumble for some more TVZ in the second semi-final, guys. So ByuN Yakov coming up in a few moments. Let me just again run the ads. The ads do go a long way to supporting the stream, guys. They allow us to keep on casting tournaments and so on for you all. So again, I appreciate your patience while we play them. Always much appreciated. All right, it will be ByuN Yakov. Give ByuN a little nudge. We're ready. You can go to the video page and watch for this taking place here. Just taking a few moments. Getting this underway, guys. Getting this underway. Did the other game end? I wonder if the other game needs to end before this one is able to start on the setup portion of this. quick second, guys. Do. Alright, just working through something on the site, guys. Feels like the site is a little bit. Alright. We're just waiting to get this sorted, guys. Second semi-final will be ByuN Yakov. Alright, site's back. And we're just waiting for the videos to start between ByuN and Yakov for a few more moments, guys. Shouldn't be long. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Hope everyone's feeling good. We are going to be, say, hopefully in very soon. Just waiting for the videos to be done. All right. I think we're allowed to go, guys. I think we've obviously had just a little bit of a problem with getting the thing set up, but it looks like we're good. All right, videos are beginning. ByuN with the instant washout video. So there's the the claim from the last game we were just talking about in chat, why would Percival not veto it and so on, instantly being noted in the fact that ByuN instant vetoes it as his opening map of veto. Alright, so Wash Out vetoed, waiting for Yakov to veto up a map number 2 of this BO3. And finals will follow this on as well, guys. There is our Rorschach veto from Yakov, is definitely seen as one of the stronger maps for Terran, not too surprising there. To see that one be Yakov's first hit in the series. Couple more videos, Fear and Faith from ByuN, Blackrock from Yakov. I really thought Blackrock was going to be a more popular map for Zerg with all the avenues, but apparently the ledges, the line of sight blockers, it makes it very difficult to engage into the Terran army with the lack of vision and so on. Eternity's Edge will round out the videos from ByuN. He's going to leave Ulsan Temple in here. We'll see what the final video is. It's going to be a lockdown. So it's leaving us with Ulsan Temple, Rainfall, and Sanctuary as our picks. Get those sorted and set in a moment. First map is going to be Rainfall. Just waiting for confirmation what the next map will be as well in a few seconds, guys. Andy, what's up? Thank you so much for the 23-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. I'm just going to bring us out because I presume we've got a lobby up, which we do, so I'm just going to get joined in that already. It's ready to go. Map 2 will be Sanctuary, and Map 3 will be the Ulsan Temple, guys. So we're in the lobby. I'm pretty much ready to go into Yakov versus ByuN. Let's get this one underway. Second ZVT of this tournament. 2 ZVTs in the semis. If ByuN wins, it will be a ZVT up in the finals as well, because Sola is sat there waiting for the winner of this matchup. Rainfall comes through. Let's get this on the way. As we have in the bottom right hand side, red Terran player to start this series off is going to be ByuN. He takes on the top left blue Zerg, Yakov. Game 1 of the best of 3 then kicking off. Rainfall going to be our map. Excited to see what will happen as we get this underway. See if Yakov's recent form will come to play in this matchup, or see if the 300 cost command center from ByuN will help him out a lot. I think ByuN obviously going to love being able to triple CC very easily and very cheaply. Get into some big eco games, while also obviously being able to apply good pressure as well, because you're not having to throw all of your minerals in existence into that, right? Just some of them. I imagine that's going to be a very feels-good kind of scenario from ByuN. Almost no doubt. As Overlord slow moving across the map, we see the barracks on the way from ByuN, so not going to go command center first. We might see that in a game 2 or so. We might see that on the 4-player map as well, actually, right? CC first, your opponent can't necessarily scout for it or do much about it if they don't see it straight away. Play the kind of gamble game on a map that's a little bit gambly anyway, right? That may be the idea, that may be the vibe. We'll see if we get there. Like I say, CC first definitely becomes such a huge option right now, a huge viable way to play this pretty much any matchup at the moment. I guess TVT is probably always still going to be tough to command center first in, but TVP and TVZ it definitely seems extremely viable at the moment. Can a queen heal the tumor rocks? No, I don't think so. Because it's a neutral unit, right? It's just affected by creep. It's not like you own the unit. So if you don't unit, I'm pretty sure you can't transfuse it. Yeah, your creep spread, it's like how enemy Zerg also kind of benefit from your creep spread. So it's like that. The rocks just utilize the fact that there's creep there to stay alive. It doesn't mean you own the rocks. So there's the Reaper going across the map. It's about to hop in. Let's actually follow this for a second. I think it hops into the main base. Going to go after a couple of drones. All workers begin to drop off pretty quickly. Reaper putting some pressure on just to begin with. We do have the Zerglings coming across as well. Reaper hops back down to the low ground. Again, just going to try and find as much value as possible in these early stages. It's absolutely going to get another link here, but okay, I say he's absolutely going to get it, but then very nearly got surrounded, which made it get a little bit closer. We do have one kill on the Reaper at the end of this. The feeling is coming back around one more time just to keep that Reaper pushed away. Reaper just going to sit and chill for a couple of moments, then not going to do too much for now. Just going to take this nice and easy. And you have 5 more drones, the Overlord and Link Speed building. A couple of Hellions, the Starport and the SCVs coming online also, and the Barracks is going to fly across back toward the main base. We're going to be here just to hit this Reaper a little bit. Let me go back and forth. Been watching you since the good old days of StarCraft. Love to see you still streaming and going. Love the content. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Old Farmer Rob. Appreciate you. Thanks for dropping by. Always good to hear people who've been watching a long time and hanging out a long time. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good to see you as well in the chat. Talking about olden days, the good old days of StarCraft, we actually have the 24/7 stream up and running at the moment, guys. So again, we've been raiding that the last few days. We've mentioned it a bit. It's a new thing that's just started this last week or so. If you want to check it out, it's at twitch.tv/WardiTV2 or !247. Obviously, don't ditch the stream to go check it out, but like once we're offline, if you want one more WardiTV games, we've moved into 2019, so the stream is currently playing games from 2019. I'm currently going through IEM Katowice qualifiers, which were bangers in 2019. So yeah, some old games if you fancy going to enjoy those. That does exist. Feel free to go check it out. If we're ever offline, like I say, give it a follow. There's more chance for you to catch some games and stuff. And it's fun to see the other things. Twitch only? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how realistically we could run a... I don't know what the ins and outs of running a YouTube 24/7 stream are. Apparently, I think it's harder to make work because it's in Twitch. Not to go completely off topic from this game, but very quickly. Basically, in Twitch, it's very easy for at least a few people to land on the page because you can raid on Twitch, so I can raid people there. And StarCraft's not a super big category on Twitch, but people go to it. So it's like, it's quite easy for people to find it, right? On YouTube, I don't think the 24/7 stream would gain much traction at all, so it's not something I really thought about checking out, but maybe we could if there was genuinely interest in it. But I don't think it's yeah, I mean it's still in testing on Twitch as well right now, right? So it's also not it's also not completely ready to go in that regard just yet. So yeah. As you are going to see, these Hellions are going to come back through and get after a few more of these drones. 6 workers going down, make it 7. A couple more Zerglings being picked off right now as well. It's going to be a lot of workers killed. ByuN getting in for some mega damage. What's he going to try and go for next? As I'm going to say, you've got 4 Hellions left. You're still going to get some shots off here. Does go for a bunch more Zerglings at the end of it all. A couple more drones will go down. 11 workers, 12, 13. Pretty good damage overall. Now the Banshee shows up as well. Yakov is having a disaster of an early game. A disaster of an early game. This is all gone wrong. He's on a Carapace upgrade, by the way, which has not done much work at all just yet. He's got a Lair, which he's going to go +2 Carapace on. even worse, he's playing Carapace against Mech. We memed about this when we were casting Mixu games at Home Story Cup. I think I was casting with Larimbo, and Mixu was going for the Carapace. I think it was against Baby Marine, and then Baby Marine played Mech. And Larimbo was loving it. He's like, see Mixu, is the Carapace always good? Well, obviously against Mech, it really isn't that good. And the melee upgrade ain't going to do him any favors either. Yakov is completely blind. He has no idea. As he checks the front, all he sees is a couple of Marines, so he doesn't even get a telltale sign of what's going on right there just yet either. I see the Ling's going to come back around. The Banshee works up the left-hand side. A couple of hatcheries coming up onto the 4th and the 5th base. Banshee is just going to start firing. And just going to nibble through this hatch for a few more moments. Zerglings run across. Now you see how many Hellions there are. Now you've got to know that this ain't right. You killed so many Hellions. He's like, this is the game I killed 9 Hellions, no? He's like, why the hell are there counts 10 more Hellions in the game? Yeah, this is disastrous on many fronts. Obviously that damage done earlier was already pretty damning, and this is going to be even more damning because these Hellions, they may not get, even if they don't get drones, they're killing a bunch of Lings. You see that Roachron's only halfway done as well. I mean, at least we will start to get to Roach as soon as Yakov. I mean, this, like I say, is not super terrible because at least we didn't lose drones. The drone losses are from the Banshee, which is now being cleaned up. Still, generally speaking, the Hellions getting that amount of value is pretty darn great. And, the only thing I will say is that if ByuN had done this amount of damage in the early game and was playing a bio follow-up, I do think it's the kind of damage that you just win a game off of. I will always say to kind of hold your horses a little bit with the mech, right? Because like mech does have this tendency to then have a very slow follow-up. And if you have a slow follow-up, you give the Zerg a chance to get back into a game that they've taken a lot of damage in. So, yeah. Why 2 hatches at once? You got the resources and you want to, you know, take both bases. Usually when you double expand in ZVT, you would take like a base here and maybe this base here at the same time. With the idea being, oh, if he denies one, I'm definitely going to get the other because they're very far apart. In this case, I presume he just had the minerals and he just wanted the extra hatchery for some production. He was about to play like a very Ling-heavy game, so he probably would have needed a macro hatch long-term. And he says, well, this base is not super hard to hold on to. It's a bit further forward, but it's also still in reach of my creep right now and so on. So he probably just said this is actually not a bad base for me just to kind of grab earlier than usual, rather than building a macro hatch or so. Because again, it was meant to be a very Ling-heavy game with how he was building. Now not so much, because you need something more than Zerglings against Hellions and Cyclones. Yeah, only just now on the way to Blue Flame. These Cyclones do have Magfield Mine, and they get lock-ons to drones to knock a bunch of those down right from the get-go as well. Just going to have these Zerglings running forward here. The Cyclones kite backward. Roach Ravagers rushing across as well. And the Cyclone's going to continue to hit this hatchery a few more moments. Roach is going to be in some trouble, and Fester wants to come across and get involved. Lands a fungal onto one of the Hellions. The other Hellions and the Cyclones pulling back further as well. Roaches, Ravages. Just in try. I mean, this is where the efficiency of the mech army is going to obviously add up. In this case, we actually let the Lings get a little bit too close for comfort. Maybe ByuN could have stepped back a teeny tiny bit sooner. And see the few Zerglings continuing to chase. Now the Roach Ravager still coming down there. The Cyclones lock on again after these Zerglings. The Roaches will continue to come down once more. And again, a couple more Roaches over to the red side. 5 bases across the front currently from Yakov. So base count is good. Flipper is going to go and join up. A couple more of those Zerglings are going to go down. Again, Hellion Cyclone is going to push forward again. Resource loss is going to be through the roof now. Only a 1.5k difference. We have tanks already showing up though. That's very difficult to deal with because these tanks are in a very tough place for Yakov to get to. And if you chase these Cyclones any reasonable amount, you're just going to lose Roaches. And what's funny is that these rocks still being up for the Zerg actually are going to hurt him now because his creeps has stopped these from dying, but it's going to block these tanks in. You're not going to counterattack perhaps. There's depots here for a wall, but there isn't really units to defend. Hatchery is alive by a slither of HP. Let's see, Roaches going to come up against some Cyclones. A few Hellions up in front. Roaches already just turning out of here and deciding they've seen enough. Nice scan, because it reveals, this is actually an amazing scan. It reveals both the high grounds, and it also tells you if anything else is coming. And by having both the high grounds, you don't lose lock-ons. So if you chase up the high ground, you continue to have your lock-ons and so on, which is incredibly useful when, you know, you're utilizing these Cyclones. And then the tanks got into reach as well towards the end of this. Again, Trey's still seeing brave for ByuN. Supply is pretty even. It's typically good for a mech player, especially against someone who's very roach heavy. Having Festers out, we'll see how effective they can be long term. Any tank that goes down is going to be a pain point because tanks are one of the units that are going to really carry you against this roach-based army, and especially against the lurkers that are popping out now as well. Yakov has gotten to the tech to kind of keep playing this game, but obviously with mech, there are so many tanks. Getting lurkers into position against those siege tanks is going to be very difficult. That's what the Vipers are going to have to do a big part of kind of, being active for. At the same time, though, there's Liberators on the way up from ByuN, so he's also going to have the ability to, siege positions, push lurkers back with that lib siege. That's going to be a pretty big factor here as well in the long term. Tanks still working their way through a few more shots on the Hydras. There is going to be a command center down on the bottom left. A bunch of the Hellion Cyclone gathering in the upper right. The changelings will settle the map right now. And lurkers, lings, the drones continue to come through. Just having the Hydra still joining up. Lurkers getting poised once more. Extractor coming down over on the left side. The lurkers will keep on building. Ling, Hydra, Lurker, Ravager settling for the moment. Siege tanks building up from ByuN. Gonna run up this ramp with the Hellions. Gonna see a couple lurkers are gonna be there to help push this back. Good fungal lands on the Hellions as well. Hellions step back one more time. Another Liberator gets sieged. Working our way to the left. Hydras and Ravagers wanting to come into position. Couple corrosive balls. Hellions just get chased away. Again, +3 vehicle weapons and plating continue to produce through. The Cyclones and the Starports coming up. Missile turrets on the way. And again, these Cyclones locking onto a few more units. The Liberator gets abducted forward. Hydra Ravager just going to try and hang on in here. Can we pull back nicely? Tank in a good position for a few seconds as well. Yakov is maxed out. ByuN having to slow it down. I just don't fear ByuN having to slow it down. He can still pick away a lot of these expensive units from Yakov. But this is what I mean when we talk about, like I said earlier, kind of mech does not really kind of capitalize on leads. You kill all those drones early. You can't really get much of a better early game than that as the Terran. But with mech, you don't create this momentum-based game where it's like the Terran Zerg is constantly hanging on for dear life and so on. So it just doesn't really become quite anywhere near as powerful, really. Things running through, a couple tanks getting shot at. Again, little run-bys like this are nice, but we don't even get that other siege tank, which is kind of rough. +2 vehicle plating against the melee upgrade. Putting some work in there. Those Lings Adrenal, they are, wow. Would have had me fooled, to be honest. I mean, ByuN's definitely still, I think, winning, but it is weird, because it's like, when do you end this game as ByuN? Like, it is just a slow, grinding kind of game. I mean, if it keeps this up forever, then it obviously eventually should just win out. It's just... keeping this up forever does open the door to mistakes. It does open the door to more successful moments from Yakov, and for him to potentially have these kind of big bounce-back fights. Like I say, this is always the frustration with playing mech, I think, is that ending the game in TVZ is something which is just so difficult for you to do. And even though so many fights feel good for you, like I say, you just don't end the game in your favor. We do clean up the lurkers down on the bottom side, as you just saw, getting set up. Try Nidus. Could not have gone worse. Units in position. More missile turrets to stop the Nidus down the far right side of the Overseers running through. I mean, ByuN is very well set up. The Sense Tower's giving amazing vision on that right side as well as we scan. And the Cyclones will not be able to get rid of those lurkers. A couple tanks pulling a bit further back. The Vipers going to drop a blinding cloud onto the high ground. One tank goes down. The second tank taking damage. Hellions are still shooting. The Hydras and the Roaches are going to push through as well. Roaches and Hydras still sending it. You can see Yakov's supply is struggling, man. He is able to rebuild units instantly, but he loses a lot of supply every time. And look at the worker count, 64 to 90. ByuN has chipped away at the workers multiple times over in this game. And it's obviously huge as well, right? Because it just means that he's able to it just means that ByuN has this overwhelming worker count, that amazing economy. He also has a wall of command centers currently building up as well. Again, these 3 command centers are barely, you know, more expensive than what 2 command centers used to be, so every time you build 4 command centers, you actually essentially, you know, that's basically plus 1 command center free compared to what you would have got before, right? So it's pretty nuts at this stage of the game when you consider that just an extra CC really propels so much as well, because it's more scans, it's more mules, it's more ability to kind of, you know, believe in that. So 4 for the price of 3 is the going rate. These Cyclones just bullying. This is how you win with mech. You just bully, you don't make mistakes, you don't open opportunities. This is nice. The spellcasters, the Vipers, do a lot to, you know, help against the Cyclones. As ByuN is actually going to do pretty well shooting at those Vipers with a bit more micro. Those Vikings actually could have probably had every single Viper here. He might still find more of them. Transfusion was good on one Viper, the other goes down, unfortunately. If ByuN was a little bit quicker to do this, this would have been good, though that's also going to be a nice catch here. These lugs have to unburrow and run. We somehow only lose a single one. Was his hand tap commands onto coupons? It allows for mech play. I think it makes much of a difference for mech. The thing obviously, I mean, again, we know the build is sped up, right? There's no denying that part, so I'm not really discussing that part. I'm discussing like the further parts, the further implications of 300 mineral command centers. I always feel like at this stage of the game, the cost of those CCs is making no difference, right? Realistically, like seeing like 2 or 3 more command centers is probably not going to be changing the overall course of the game. It's obviously nice for the Terran, but Terran was already very good at turtling and building tons of command centers. The cheaper command centers doesn't push that along in such a way where it's like, oh my goodness, now all of a sudden we can do that. Like, no, they were doing this anyway, right? So, like, obviously it just makes turtling better, but like turtling was already extremely viable in TVZ and TVP. Like Terran's turtling, like, you know, they go hand in hand. Like, you couldn't make a better match, really. So, yeah. Alright, guys. ByuN taking a game 1, grinding it out with some mech play there. I mean, he had a very good start, but like I say, you could see where it became, like, you know, a little bit of an issue here and there for sure. So, very cool, very cool. Game 2 going to be on Sanctuary. Alright, let's dive in, as we have in the bottom left-hand side. Our red Terran player, up 1 in this best of 3 series, is going to be ByuN. Top right, our blue Zerg player is going to be Yakov. Can you bounce back against ByuN? Would be surprised to see ByuN play mech a second time, honestly. But never say never. Never say never. Did I post these full casts on my YouTube? Yes. So YouTube works in 2 different ways. First of all, we live stream everything to YouTube. So if you want to see the entire VOD of any YouTube series... Sorry, I didn't realize we're going to drone link pull. Holy crap. I'll answer this very quickly. You can watch the full VOD on YouTube under the live section, and it'll be just the full VOD of every stream that we do. We also upload the best games. We upload like 1 series per day to YouTube of like the best games. So pretty much everything's on YouTube under the live, and it's just in the format of these streams. Because YouTube only benefits from uploading once per day generally, we then only upload like the best games. Obviously, we don't have, you know, we cast more than 1 game per day or more than 1 series per day. So Yakov shows up. If you've got more questions, feel free to ask. But Yakov shows up. He's going to go after the barracks. The SCVs are going to pull through. The Reaper pops out. The Lings are just going to be there to fight this. This surely cannot be good for Yakov in any way, shape, or form. I wonder what he needs to make this work. I mean, that's GG, but I wonder how much he obviously needs to kill, like, everything. I wonder what specifically has to happen for this to actually just be a success, though, because this felt like a pretty simple resolve. CC first? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess CC against CC first, it's a... Yeah, okay. So it's a coin flip build. Yay! More variety, guys. Variety. Soulman, thank you so much for the 20-month resub on the Prime. ByuN does not get greedy with the CC first. We are gonna be good. Thank you, Soulman, for the 20-month resub. Yeah, I really probably could answer the YouTube question after, but yeah, the only reason we don't upload everything to YouTube is because to see people actually get views on YouTube, the more you upload, the more each video cannibalizes your other videos. So StarCraft works pretty well for uploading once per day, but if you upload twice per day, you will barely get as many views across 2 videos as you do on 1. So it's like, it's this really weird scenario where it's like, it's better for you to just upload once. So we generally upload once a day, and we upload like the best matches. That typically is the most popular players. Sometimes if there's like a really good series between 2 guys I wouldn't usually upload, we obviously will do that as well. But yeah, that's just kind of how the YouTube works. Right now, YouTube's in a bit of a weird place right now because we keep having really frequent patches. My YouTube's also behind schedule. Usually YouTube runs behind by a couple of weeks because it allows for me to have content to upload on YouTube if I go away for a week or 2, like at the start of July. I was away for 2 weeks. But now we're in this position where I'm like, the YouTube uploads right now are on an old patch. And the YouTube's a bit further behind than usual. But once we get past the Spring Championship, it's just because we're caught in like Spring Championship games. Once the Spring Championship games are done, the YouTube will catch right back up to like modern patch stuff. We'll probably skip a couple tournaments and get back on track a bit. So that's the deal with the YouTube. The link is in the Twitch chat if you want. I don't think we have... Do we have a VODs one anymore? No, I need to re-add that. But yeah, like I said, just if you want to see anything on YouTube, it is all there. All right, waiting for Solar and ByuN to veto up. I will put us onto this screen just in case they start a veto here. If you are watching on the YouTube right now, take a moment to hit the like and hit the subscribe. And we appreciate you guys. Yeah, like and subscribe if you're on the YouTube. Takes a few moments. It does not hurt much. We are like 250 subs away from 50,000 on YouTube, so get that button clicked, guys. We are so close to finally hitting that 50k. Assuming we aren't on a new patch. Well, this right now is the newest patch, right? The 300 mineral command center patch. So this is the newest patch at the moment. Also, we're still taking Vespine thoughts. I think the player name should be bigger on this screen. Like, for example, like if Solar V does this, it should be like Solar Band, like here. I know that's hard if the name is longer. It's really, because the name's really small on the bottom, I feel like, if you're watching like full screen. Like, the name is super small. So I'm not sure if there's an easy way to do that, but or even have it like, I guess color-coded is hard, right? I hear a lobby invite Solar's eager to start. As we'll wait for ByuN to pick a game 3. So we start in Old Sun Temple. At Eternity's Edge will be map 2. The insta-start. The vetoes are not even complete. Alright, well. Get this ready to go. Needs a little polish. You know, I mean, these are things which you just learn over time, and you learn with, you know, people actually using the site as well, right? I think is the very important thing. Yeah, Sola's eager to go. I don't know if he's got somewhere to be. I mean, it's also fairly, you know, a bit later on in career. It's, is it 1:30 or 12:30 in career? Right now it's +9, I think, so... No, +8. Yeah, right now is the better time for career, no? Yeah, so I believe it's, why can't I remember? Yeah, it's 12:30 in career. It's +8 to me right now. Yes, yes, yes. All right, in the bottom left-hand side, the red Terran is going to be ByuN from the Shopify Rebellion. As in the top right-hand side, the blue Zerg is Sola. Sola's about to play in the Shopify Rebellion Sundays. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. Well, there you go. That's why, huh? That's why. I mean, I thought a lot of the Shopify Rebellion Sunday stuff was from replays. Oh, I mean, Carson's just gonna have to sit and be upset that somebody didn't show up. Top right side then Sola, bottom left ByuN. I think I've already introed them, but we'll get this going again. It is cross spawns. Ulsan Temple is a 4-player map. Vertical and cross spawns enabled. Oh no, it's horizontal and cross spawns enabled, I believe. Vertical spawns disabled. Yes, horizontal and cross spawns enabled. So ByuN gets the bad 50-50 here for him, which is that cross spawn is obviously going to be a little bit better for the Zerg. You know, it essentially makes the map bigger. A bigger map is generally going to be a good time for the Zerg compared to the Terran, although it still lets you kind of play, you know, Turtley and so on. The only thing about 4-player maps that gets very weird later in the game usually, moving to a 5th base becomes very awkward, right? Just because what usually happens is that on 4-player maps you have 4 bases that are very much so in the corner. And so moving to a 5th base, you're moving into like another corner of the map that becomes a little funky. The only interesting thing about this is that I actually think that this 4th here into like this 5th is actually not so bad, although that kind of feels like you're expanding forward. It's interesting, but I think a lot of that is because this 4th is not quite as tucked into the corners it might usually be. So yeah, it's an interesting map in that regard. I kind of like it as a 4-player map. I think it's a little bit more variable than some 4-player maps. It feels a bit better. A lot of 4-player maps, you really do play like 4 corners of the map. And that transition to a 5th base feels awkward. I feel like this map works a little bit better for that, so it gets rid of one of my pet peeves. That's Sola throws down the Baneling Nest. Ling's on the way, Zergling speed halfway done. And we're just going to have ourselves the factory, SCV, and then Marine continue to produce the couple of Lings will continue to the bottom side here. Sola ready to make a little bit of a dart up and to see what's going on. I mean, he's about to full send this. Now from ByuN, this is 2 Marines, no Reaper, so ByuN has no scouting info. He has no idea he's being all-in. His reactor is in the wall. What is nice is that reactor's not next to the depot, so you're not going to get like the 6 Banelings blowing up both depots and the reactor. So the reactor is separate to the depot, so you've got a choice. You either deny the reactor or you deny both depots. Both are pretty good options for the Zerg, but it does force a choice. I actually think blowing up the reactor is the wrong call, because then the Lings have to go all the way around to access the mineral line and so on. If you blow up the depots, that's going to be a lot better. This Hellion is super important, especially because we didn't reactor a Hellion straight away. Oh, and Sola pulls back. Now ByuN sees it, but his Hellion's going to be out of position. This depot's going to have to raise. 2 Marines to deal damage. This one Hellion surely has to pull back. It is going to stop putting some damage on Banes, but a handful of Lings go to shut it down. Pull away. Yeah, depots are absolutely the right choice here. We know this, that all of those Hellion damage on the Banelings wasted. ByuN with a complete lack of info on this one is Sola busting through. 8 SCVs going down so far. Another Hellion getting caught. The SCVs will continue to drop. A couple more Marines are going to pull over. Marines warp on the way through. A Viking is a very tanky unit in this scenario, so it's actually very effective. The Banelings need to do a lot right here. We actually hit a lot of SCVs that the Lings then don't get to. That makes it look a lot more like a hold here for ByuN. Like I say, the Viking is super tanky in this scenario. We actually have... The fact we still have Marines alive is so nice as well. The Baneling doesn't do much. That is now a defense from ByuN. And the worker counts are equal as Solar is still just spamming units. We will lose one more Hellion. So the starport and the factory will reposition the re-wall here, and I just don't think we get enough links to make a difference on this. We could maybe kill a couple of SCVs on the low ground. ByuN has got a lot of money as well, by the way. He's got 300 minerals stacked up, so... Oh, that's a horrible supply block for ByuN. Oh, that's a really bad supply block for ByuN. Wow. That was a really bad supply block, but Solar says GG before it becomes... I mean, he can't break the high ground. And it's a very committed build from Solar in the first place, right? So... This kind of makes sense. GG's. All right, I'm going to just shove some ads on again, guys. Just in case we get a longer game. As we're going to go to Add Eternity's Edge for map 2. ByuN picked Lockdown for map 3, so we know what these first maps look like. Yeah, Soul has somewhere to be. Yeah, he's got the Shopify event to play in, apparently. Look, these guys will max the amount of tournaments they can play in, you know? They don't mess around. They're going to max the amount of events they can play in, so... To be fair, in this day and age, I don't blame them, honestly. Like, playing as much as you can. As a tournament organizer myself, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's frustrating when people are trying to multiplayer tournaments and stuff like this, but like... I can't blame any pro for trying to play in as much as possible and try and play in every tournament that they can. I really don't. Like, maybe if you're playing in, like, if one thing's like a $5,000 tournament and you're trying to play in a $100 cup, that's kind of silly. But if you're playing in, like, a $300 cup to, like, a $150 show match, I do not blame you for trying to play both of those, you know? So I think that's a, I think that's a very, very fair kind of way to look at it. Like I say, it's frustrating from a tournament organizer's perspective, but I completely get why the players do. I used to complain about this so much, but like I say, in this day and age of SC2, where online cups are so much of the income you can make in StarCraft, yeah, I really can get behind it a lot more than I used to. So, like I said, I still don't support it. I'm still going to find it frustrating, right? But yeah, ByuN is going to commence in the first tier. Here's the red terror in the top left corner of the map. At Eternity's Edge for map 2, as the blue Zerg bottom right is Solar. He will hatchery first, so ByuN makes the right build order call for Solar's build order choice himself. Follow our Overlord. First minute or two is still kind of slow, but that's all good. I'm getting more used to the time it takes for the action to kick off nowadays. Edge gas ball building up. Command center, as we know, is the first thing to come down. Builds that over the far left-hand side. It's like the tiniest amount of scare factor, right? Like, as this Overlord arrives and sees no CC, you might momentarily panic. Oh no, proxy racks or so, right? Especially because then you turn to the front, this depot is not here just yet either. So maybe it's like the tiniest scare. Obviously the CC high ground is very safe in case Solar is super aggressive as well. He sees the barracks finally. Solar is very aware that he's okay. There's nothing super aggressive coming his way. He's going to be absolutely fine in those early moments. And this Overlord just pulling back over in the next few moments as well. Lair building from Solar. It's a very fast lair. Second gas coming up. Kind of takes away the Ling Queen Nidus possibility. So maybe just a very fast Spire here from Solar going into this game too. The Orbital's going to float down to the natural expansion, get in position. Oh, he's roaching. Oh, interesting. Roach Nidus? Or just... I mean, we can't go drop lords, we have no Overlord speed. It has to be Roach Nidus or like a very fast just Roach speed into like 2 base Roach trying to take a 3rd base off the pressure. Flare about to complete. That Roach Roaring about to finish. Nidus it is. It's just too early of a lair to be much else, right? There is a depot in the line of sight block. What's funny is that because there's a depot here, you still miss vision here, right? Those Marines are nearby. If ByuN has the rough timing of a Nidus in his head, and those Marines walk forward as the Nidus starts, this would be incredible. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure he's about to go put these Marines into a medevac.
Additional supply depots required.
Medevac pops, reload, we go. This is not going to look good for ByuN at all. Oh, he's going to get the Overlord in the natural. Oh, but the Nidus is in the wrong place, no? Well, I guess you know the unit's in the natural, but ByuN sees it. I mean, you could have had this up without being seen. This bunker would have been later, and it wouldn't have exactly been further away. The only thing it's further away from is the structures here. Which is impactful. Roach is going to come through. SCVs pull instantly. These Queens are not on creep right now. So the Queens didn't even put a creep unit down, so they need to pull back so they can transfuse to get as much value as possible. You know, try and get the Roaches up in front, dealing damage as well. Obviously, Queens are really good tanks also. Drones are all going down across the map, by the way. The Hellions have ran in, so the minerals, the mineral income of Solar is going to be dipping quite heavily. The Liberator wants to get the siege up, and there's only 2 Queens here now, so this Lib's going to be a big point of defense. That's a hold from ByuN. It's a pretty good build from ByuN because he's had a lot of... he has a tank stuck in the corner. It's a pretty good build from ByuN because he's very Marine heavy, and being Marine heavy obviously gives you a lot of units to kind of build out in this scenario as well. So that obviously goes a long way to helping in the defense here, on top of everything else. So definitely a bonus on top of everything else, like I say. Lockdown for map number 3, ByuN with a 2-0 lead. He is finding the defense right now against the aggression of Solar. Alrighty, we're going to count down into lockdown here in a couple of moments, guys. Let's get this one ready to roll out, and let's go into the next map. Like I say, it's going to be lockdown. And let's have the Red Terran. He's up 2-0 in the top right corner of the map. The Red Terran is going to be ByuN. If I'm ByuN right now, I am playing a safe-ass opening. Even like 2-on-1 or something, I think would be very reasonable. Solar, like I said, he's been bringing the aggression. Will he bring more? That will be our question mark here. Let's get this going. Hello, Ellie. Ellie making an appearance below the desk. Yeah, I'm working, baby. So if you want your tea, you're going to have to ask your mom. I'm not going to be able to feed you. Yep, no, she's not interested. Walk straight away. Ellie cam. I don't have Ellie-Cam plugged in anymore. I had to plug something else into my PC, so my Ellie-Cam USB in the front is inoperable. I'll try and get it back, though. What's this that's plugged in, actually? Ah, yeah. That's that. Okay, yeah. No, we'll try and do something. Sola's, sorry, Ling drone pulling. ByuN's like, man, these Zergs keep doing this to me today. Sorry, I got I got distracted by Ellie. My apologies, guys. Alright, ByuN's gonna pull the SCVs with the Reaper, then he starts to fight. This hits a little bit harder than Yakov's. The Reaper staying at a safe distance, the SCV's pulling back. Like I say, the series that Solar is playing right now does not encourage ByuN to play a build which would be susceptible to this. I mean, he went CC for his last game, but I think having seen multiple games of how Solar sets up, it's not crazy to imagine that he's going to play a bit differently now. This Reaper can't get hit, by the way. Ooh, the ledge saves it. Reaper pulls down. The problem is that this Reaper, in theory, will eventually kill everything. Now, that doesn't mean that you've won this game, ByuN, but don't forget that a lot of Solar's economy is on this side of the map with one base, so he has to kill everything. I just don't see that happening with the Reaper up and some Marine support. A couple of SCVs will tank again. ByuN has a mule he can drop soon. Like I say, these drones are just attacking units, so they're not really providing economy right now. Another Marine pops. I think that's all they wrote for Solar. He has 4 workers at home. Sorry, he has 2 workers at home. He has 2 that are going to start going home. But ByuN has a mule. And Solar obviously can send the Reaper across the map. But if he sends the Reaper across the map, these next 2 lings are annoying. Yeah, he waits. Solar was hoping it was on the way over, but it's not. Now you send the Reaper across the map, I think. Alright, everyone was asking, what if we went further? What if we went to the 2-worker start? Well, this is what it's going to look like, guys. 2 workers from ByuN. Now, what if we go to start the game with 2 workers in an orbital? Good question. Good question. Oh, catches the next 2 lings is brutal. There's no defense once these lings die. It's over. We're going to start a queen, but by the time the queen is out, we've probably lost every drone, no? GG. A little bit of an uglier defense for ByuN than the one against Yakov, but he gets it. Yeah, Solar showed up with a series to play, guys. Man showed up on a schedule. The man showed up on a schedule. That much is for certain. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you all hanging out and watching some games. Is this a new patch where CC is 300 minerals? Yes. Yes, it is. I would not say that this is a situation where Solar looks at this and was like, no, can't play against Terran. I've got to cheese him every game, guys. I'm pretty sure he has to play a show match in the Shopify event, and so he's decided to cheese every match and just do what he can, basically. So I think it's more so that than anything else. Thank you, Dustin's Place, for the 45-month resub and human boosting for 100 bits. Appreciate you. Second 100 bits on the day. Thank you. Guys, we're 5 subs away from 500. If you've got a Prime sub available, do consider helping us out with that. It goes a long, long way. It helps us out massively. The subs do help us to keep on running more StarCraft 2. Obviously, this was an event run by OSC. I can't say the J for some reason. The JCE Open, a tournament named after Illusory, who was one of the all-time record holders. Well, he still is the record holder in the most tournaments played in a season. In 2017, Illusory came in with 300 OSC events played within a season. Zeomech in 2020 got close to that. That's honestly, I think this is such a statement because 2020 is like the freaking, you can see 3 people hit high in 2020. That's the COVID year, right? So people were stuck at home, nothing else to do as well. More tournaments online than ever before. And Illusory cleared them all in 2017. A legendary season from him. In 2016, he played 169 as well. That's who this tournament was run after. He was the tournament director for OSC for a few years as well. So shout out to Illusory for being a StarCraft legend. I love this. I mean, OSC in general tracks all sorts of different stats and stuff, guys. If you're ever interested, sc2online.com. Check out their Hall of Fame. It's really cool. I love this. Like, so many players who are just like Marsman. Again, if you're not super into StarCraft, you don't probably notice some of these names, or they don't mean as much to you. Jacko is like an SC2 Improve OG player. That's the tournament series that I used to run before WardiTV. Like, we're talking 10 plus years ago, you know. Obviously, there's a lot of names in there as well you do recognize, but I think the cool thing about this is seeing all the players that get noticed elsewhere. And yeah, like OSC just has all of this info saved in the Hall of Fame and record section, so yeah, you can check it out. I think it's very cool. I honestly think one of my favorite parts of OSC is the story it tells over the years. And yeah, you can really dig in deep and find out so much about this. So yeah, there you go. I just enjoy scrolling through every now and again. But yeah, shout out to Illusory. That's who this tournament's named after. The JCE Open. Number 2, thank you to OSC for having us today. Shout out to Vespine.gg, which was the bracket tournament, the bracket site that we used today. That one was actually genuinely really cool. In case you didn't see it, guys, some of the features on this side, I'm just going to show you. I think the most impressive thing on this side is this replay function. So basically, if you have a replay, for example, if we take like Cyril Clem from the Home Story Cup, this site can load up a simulated replay of the game and like play it back to you, which is crazy. I don't know if it's going to work here. It seems to be stuck on downloading. Oh, there you go. I just have a few more viewers now, so people might not have seen this earlier, but this is like a simulated replay of the game, and you can like jump to certain points, and you can like literally zoom in. You can see Hellion harass, Banshee harass. This is going to be such a cool tournament thing. Like, what I'm excited to use this for, again, is specifically like this idea of like, if we're in a tournament and we're casting a round of 8, but another really cool round of 8 happened, and we have a couple minutes between matches, we can essentially go back and see what happened in that match very quickly, you know? So this is, yeah, this for example is a replay of Cyril Clem from Home Story Cup. I'll put it on 16x just while we talk here. But you can do all sorts. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can bring up all sorts of different bits and pieces. You can obviously, like, if we want to just see what's happening over on Cyril's base over here, you can zoom in here, have a look at it, see some of these fights happening. Like, this is 16x, so it's going super quickly, but you can go and just watch this in real time as well. Units moving around and just basically replay the game. So, yeah, this is built into the new bracket website, vespine.gg. If you !B, it'll take you to today's bracket, but you can access this entire site from there. I thought this was just worth showing off again, because this is actually really freaking cool. Super fascinating. And there's like so many stats that you can get from this as well. Like, you can go on to build, and you can like see the full build order from the Terran player, for example, all the way through the game. Obviously, at some point it becomes very messy. Like, there's so much to click on. I can't remember what I clicked on earlier that was very cool. But yeah, it's oh yeah, timeline. You can see like literally all the stuff that built out of each and every structure in the game over the entire game and stuff as well. It's sick. It's really, really sick. So yeah, this site in general was doing a lot of cool things. That's where we had the Vito kind of page coming up from as well. So yeah, this seems super cool. I was super excited to try it out more. So shout out to them as well. That's insane. Yeah, I know it's insane. That's why I thought it was worth showing again, because yeah. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some ads, and when we wrap it up, I'm going to raid the 24/7 channel. Again, that is twitch.tv/WardiTV2. If you want to head on over there already, you can !247 in the chat. We're playing 24/7 games of StarCraft 2. You can even see Solar right now playing a longer than 2-minute game, taking on Bunny from IEM Katowice 2019 qualifiers. So if you want to go watch some old Wardy, you can do that. The WardiTV 2 stream is now affiliated as well. So if you're really loving it, you want to watch ad-free, you can also sub up or so. There are founders badges available, by the way, for being the first subs on the channel. So there you go. You guys can join in on WardiTV 2 and check it out if you want more Wardy casting. I do recommend you guys check out Harstem right now, though. Harstem is streaming the Shopify Rebellion Sundays event, so he's streaming that over there. We're not going to raid Harstem, but I highly recommend you check that out for more live StarCraft 2 that is happening right now. So you guys can check out this. Currently a ZVZ between a Laser and Scarlet. Percival and Soul coming up after, apparently. You guys can go check that out on Harstem's stream as well. Don't abuse him too much. And yeah, like I said, I'll be raiding my 24/7 channel, but I recommend you guys go check out Harstem if you want live games. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to run some ads on the outro. That's going to wrap us up for today. I'll be back tomorrow for more StarCraft 2 in the form of WardiTV Mondays, because it's actually Monday tomorrow, and the Mondays are back on Mondays. Isn't that crazy? Yes, it is. So more WardiTV Mondays coming up tomorrow. I will see you guys for that. Then, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you again to OSC for having us today for the event as well. Appreciate it. See you guys later.